You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. We got a good one for you tonight. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth.
We are in the new millennium.
Wow.
Right?
The Millennium?
Newmanium? Yeah, it's been 25 years. It's been 25 years since the year 2000. And there's been a lot of movies since then. Like, more than you'd think. Like, I've been looking at the list.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
at least 32.
There's a lot.
So
yeah,
tonight,
at least 32.
We are going to commemorate this 25-year, quarter-century mark that we're hitting with the top 25 movies of the last 25 years. We're going to draft them. We're going to debate them. We're going to veto them. We're going to fill a list out, and we're going to put it in the annals. That's what we're on tap.
I got the annals sitting here open, ready to throw movies in it. I'm going to put in my will to Jordan Lowe the annals.
You should do that, yes. He's the youngest, so he gets them.
Exactly, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of us keep record.
You should also.
I'll have it piecemealed out to him each half birthday.
At your funeral, it's a reading of the annals.
Yeah, that'll be your one job. What are we doing?
Beloved, we are gathered here today to open the annals.
Okay. I'm excited now to die.
So Cliff had an idea to do cartoons. Seth comes right back with an idea for movies. So what is the setup?
Well, our typical convoluted draft that I've got here for you.
Tell me I get to spin a wheel.
Oh, 100%. You're going to get to spin a wheel, and then you will pick one of our draft categories of A, B, or C, which gives you a shopping cart full of picks and a couple special powers. And once we've all picked, some might look better to you than others. I won't say one's better than the other, but I will tell you what your choices are if you guys want to mark this down.
Okay, write this down. I need more paper. I don't have enough paper. I need 32 sheets of paper.
Okay. Let me know when you have 2 sheets of paper.
Go ahead.
All right. Group A. Whoever picks this picks 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 7, 4, and 1. They get 3 vetoes. So they can veto somebody else's pick. Group B is picks 23, 19, 16, 13, 10, 8, 5, and 2. And they get only 2 vetoes. I'll explain why here in a second. And then the last choice would be C. They get one more pick than the other 2 categories. They get 25, 22, 20, 17, 14, 11, 9, 6, and 3. They also get 2 vetoes and 1 veto override. So some of the perks of these are obviously Group A, you get 8 picks. 3 of them are in the top 10, and they get the number one pick.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 vetoes. Group B also just gets 8 picks, but they get 4 picks in the top 10.
Okay.
So only 2 vetoes. And Group C gets the most picks, but they only get 3 in the top 10. They get the 2 vetoes and a veto override. So if you want that extra pick and you know, maybe the one oddball power there. But I want us to have plenty of powers to use there. So if you don't like something, get it out of there. And to remind everyone how the vetoes work, if somebody makes a pick, we'll go in the order of, you know, the reverse order of how you got to pick your thoughts. Whoever has the first choice, and whether they decide whether they veto it or not. If they do, that the person has to pick a new pick at that slot. But that does not eliminate the choice they picked. They may pick it higher. You may be vetoing it because you don't think it's high enough on the list. If someone else, though, if whoever has Group C, whoever has that veto override, if they like it right where it's at, they can override that veto and keep that person's pick right there. But they cannot use that on their own pick. They can't override somebody that vetoes them. That'll only come up one time, maybe. I didn't throw too many of those out there. But anyway, so we got to spin a wheel, see who's picking which group first. Cliff's got the handy dandy wheel. I see he bumped himself up to 58% today. Didn't work out for him so well last time. So each time Cliff does not get the first pick, he bumps himself up another percent.
I add myself in like a 0.5 more times. So everybody, can you guys see the wheel on your end?
It's the slowest spinning wheel I've ever.
It's tired. The wheel's tired tonight, guys. What can I say?
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're gonna
the wheel from your broken chair.
What's that? Yes,
it's the wheel from your broken chair.
It is. That's where I got the wheel, off my broken chair tonight. Here we go. Click the spin, guys.
Spin it. Whoa! It's flying around. It stopped. It keeps going. Oh, here we go. Oh,
what?
Jordan.
I've never won anything in my life.
Wow. Well, we're happy for you.
Yeah.
You got this. The annals soon.
Soon. Oh no.
All right, one more time here.
Oh well. Okay. Well, he hadn't even done his thing yet, but okay. We'll have it right here.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Oh my gosh, this is exciting.
Seth.
Oh, I will get second pick. Okay.
So I get whatever's left over then.
Yep. Jordan, what are you feeling there?
I like having one more pick. That's kind of nice.
Ooh, it comes with a neat power too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do C.
All right. Jordan picks C. So he will have 25, 22, 20, 17, 14, 11, 9, 6, and 3.
Oh, wait, that means I got to go first?
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's right. But he'll have 2 vetoes, and he will have the 1 veto override. He will only have 1 pick in the top 5. That's one detriment there. Okay, I got to pick a list here. So it's like, how bad do I want that number 1 pick? Do I want to leave that to Cliff? Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to take, I'll take A. I'm going to take Group A. That gives me 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 7, 4, and the number 1 pick and 3 vetoes. Cliff, that leaves you with column B, 23, 19, 16, 13, 10, 8, 5, and 2. That's 2 picks in the top 5.
Okay.
And 4 in the top 10. That's the real clincher there for you. Maybe it's too late. I already picked. 4 in the top 10 sounds pretty good.
I'm already regretting what we've done here.
Your life? Yeah, I mean, I separated this up. I'm like, I want each of these groups of picks. Like, they each have something going for them.
Yeah, and that gives Seth the most vetoes, who is ruthless with vetoes. Like,
Yes.
I always feel bad vetoing. Seth does not. He just
No.
he
I
lets-
do have one regret. Like, there's regrets you have in your life. One regret that really does bother me, that probably my biggest podcast regret, next to daring to say anything about Captain Marvel and how she looked. But no, it was when I vetoed your number one pick for the numbers draft. And you got to pick Seven Samurai, and I just talked off there just willy nilly, and I was like, man, that was actually a pretty good pick. I just was like, whatever. What else you? I still think about that. I think that I was like, that was, but not. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so if you've never listened to one of these before, yeah, we know there's Oscar winners, there's critical darlings, but we have our favorites. So we try to do a mix of, the movies we love, the movies that are clean, the movies that are popular, the movies, but maybe not the first things that would jump to mind. So who knows? It's going to be an eclectic list. I don't know what's on it, but I already know it's going to be like that.
All right. Well, whenever you're ready, Jordan, like you said, you have the first pick at 25, the 25th best movie of the last 25 years.
Yeah, this is not easy. There's a lot of movies that I love, and then there's a lot of, again, critical darlings. So I'm always going to lean toward my personal favorites rather than, what gets the highest ratings on IMDb. But there's a lot above this, so I don't want to pick the best or my favorite, way down here. I'm going to go with a personal pick. I don't know that you guys have even seen it or care at all
I'm
about
excited.
it, but I'm going to try to get it in clear at the bottom of this list. It's one of my favorites of the past 25 years. From 2011, Attack the Block. This is the British sci-fi / horror / comedy film directed by Joe Cornish. So I had seen a couple blurbs about this. I was like, that looks up my alley. I'd like to watch that. And when I first saw it, it blew me away. I thought it was one of the best sci-fi movies I'd seen in ages. And I've rewatched it several times since, and I still think so. So it's this gang of teens. John Boyega, his first big role. They live in this, council estate in South London, very poor section of town, and aliens attack. And so it's horror, it's sci-fi, but it also has some social commentary about, government response and, who trusting the cops and looking out for your neighbor and all that stuff. And it's pretty low budget, but the monsters are great. The practical effects look incredible for such a cheap movie. And it co-stars Jodie Whittaker, who went on to become Doctor Who, and Nick Frost as a weed dealer. And the movie's hilarious. It's action-packed, and again, it has something to say. So I like the mix of all that. So I'm going to say number 25.
Yeah, I like this movie. I haven't thought about it for a while. I've seen it a couple times. I enjoy it. I just remember really enjoying the effects. Like the effects were very singular, original, practical, crazy, corny, but fun. And it's probably the best thing John Boyega's done. Still, I thought he had. I expected a lot to come after that. After seeing that, and Star Wars may have failed him, and maybe the whole industry has at this point. But yeah, Attack the Block is a great pick for this list. 100%. Cliff, have you seen this?
I think I've seen part of it. I tried to watch it several years ago, And for whatever reason, I didn't make it very far into the movie, so I really haven't seen it. I can't really speak on it at all.
And it just feels to me even more timely of that idea of here's a natural disaster going on and there's nobody to help. There's the cops are useless. The government's not going to help. It's just the kids got to band together and do it for themselves. So for whatever reason, that just feels even more prescient to it.
Yeah, so technically, I would have to make of course, I'm not vetoing that, Cliff. I assume you're not doing anything.
I'm not.
Okay. So we'll move on. Let's keep going. That was a good one. Get us started. I'm going to do the same thing, try to slip one in here. I don't think you guys care about, but I do. And I'm not going to try to push it way up the list or anything. I got plenty of things that I could go higher, but I'm tired of anyone who does not claim that this is a masterpiece. I'm tired of hearing, trying to put up with people like, oh, it's just, the message is crappy and all this. It's a masterpiece. La La Land is a wonderful musical. Damien Chazelle just crushes it. The music will break your heart. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, two of my favorite actors, and they aren't the best singers or dancers, but they make up for it with their acting. I love the soundtrack. I mean, it's just the music used is so well done. I love the way it looks, how colorful it is. I love the story, and the ending it just breaks my heart. I love the montage at the end and the just the single horn and everything that happens. I highly recommend it if you've never seen it. I hate that it was up against Moonlight in 2016 or whatever for Best Picture, and it almost won after that big mess. I thought, oh wow, this is my favorite movie of the year, and it's going to get Best Picture. I thought, I always like if I can match up there, feel like I'm in the zeitgeist, but Moonlight was great too. But this is, I don't know that it'll always be way up as high as it is on my list right now, but it's my favorite musical, and I haven't watched it in a while. I'm excited about the 4K. I got my new TV. I'm watching all these movies that from these last 25 years that I'm just went and bought, and I can't wait to watch this one. I have the soundtrack on my phone, but I purposefully don't listen. I don't know why I even bought it. I've got the vinyl. I've got it on my phone, but I won't. I've been waiting to watch it. I don't want to have already been listening to music. I want to experience it again. But have you guys even seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
I like musicals. I think it's fine. I didn't love this movie. I didn't dislike it either. But yeah, I mean it's got a great cast in it. It's certainly it's almost like one of those moment in time films for me. Like it just I think it represented what was happening in theaters in the movie business at that time a little bit. Right around this time frame, I think there were quite a few of these smaller, more independent studio movies that were coming up and that were hitting because it just had a good story, and it had a great cast, and for whatever reason, people maybe had gotten a little bit tired, and I think this continues on even today. But they had gotten a little tired of the big summer blockbusters and nothing else. That's all I'm gonna watch. So this was it was a big hit. Music's really good in it. For a reason, and yeah, sure.
I think I only saw about half of this, and I got interrupted and just never got back to it. And again, I didn't hate it or anything, but I do appreciate it. It still feels like it gets referenced, and I still see people talk about, like, it's not one of those movies that's just disappeared. It still has something going on in pop culture. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't veto that pick. That's definitely a personal favorite.
Yes. All right, Cliff.
Okay.
You get to Put one in here at number 23.
23. I got to get a few of these probably at the bottom out of my system.
Okay.
I just, they were some of my favorite movies that immediately came to mind. And probably, I hate to admit this, I love this movie so much. I know why, but like, it's a comfort movie for me. I still find it's a comedy. I still find it, funny. It's kind of raunchy in a couple places, but nothing horrible. Anyways, 2008, guys, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I've mentioned it a couple times before. It's just it's just such a comfort movie for me, and it's funny, but that's not why I love it. This is Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, Russell Brand. Maybe not some of the best people in the world in this movie, but it's heartfelt. It's sweet. This was a Jason Segel like project from the heart. It's got a lot of personal stuff for him. He loves the Muppets, and it's a movie about a guy that his girlfriend breaks up with him, and he has a really hard time getting over her. He's brokenhearted, and she's an actress. He works does music for her television series that she's in, and they break up because admits she's seeing somebody else, and so he decides to go to Hawaii to try and feel better. And he'd never been there before, so he goes to Hawaii, and guess what? She's there with her new guy, and he meets another girl, and I don't know, just the way it's so sweet, and the way the relationship is showing two different relationships between him and this new girl that obviously has a bright spark and is a completely different dynamic than what he pans for and his old girlfriend and the relationship they had for years and years. And then along the way, it's him realizing that maybe it wasn't that great, and that he thought it was, as he's in the relationship, he thinks it's great. But he starts to notice little things by some flashbacks and stuff. Anyways, it's a whole journey. It's got great music. I'm sorry, but it's got great music in it. The Russell
Don't be sorry.
The Russell Brand character and his fake band. They had some bangers in this movie, and just I mean it. I think it had a budget of $30 million. It made like $105 million. I think it was a bigger hit after, on DVDs and rent, when people were still renting movies physically and stuff at the Redbox or store or whatever. But it's just one of those movies that has stuck with me, and it's smart. Like I said, it's a little raunchy, but there's just so much heart in it, and the music is just so good that Jason Segel wrote for this thing, and he plays the piano and loves puppets, and he has this Dracula puppet show. And that moment, the scene where he sings, she makes him get up on stage in Hawaii in this little dive bar and sing his Dracula musical song, is just almost, I dare to say, perfect in moments for.
It's like the end of La La Land. It's
so yes. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
All right, Jordan, what do you think about that?
Who could veto that after that impassioned plea?
People, if you could just see him.
Yes, love it.
I've got a couple comedies on my list. It's hard for me to pick the best comedy. I had a feeling Cliff would skew a little more
fill
toward
that
comedy.
in.
Wasn't expecting this one, but yeah, I remember really enjoying it. Again, as a personal pick, I can't take fault. We all have our favorites.
All right, I haven't seen this in a while. I'm curious how it ages. I'm sure I would have a problem with Russell Brand now watching.
Well, I mean, yeah, like he's terrible, but he's not. That's not what he's
Yeah,
playing.
I get it.
That's
I'm not.
who he is in the movie. It's
That's
the
not.
character.
Yeah, that's not. I don't care. Yeah. But I do like Jason Segel, and I like everyone else in it. And
Yeah, it's got Paul
I
Rudd and
yeah, I do the thing that gets it there for me is the Dracula music stuff. Like that's the stuff I like out of it the most. Yeah, so I picked 23. Sure, let's do it. Forgetting Sarah.
that's a
Marshall.
win. It's a win for me.
That's what we want. We're getting handing out Cliff's wins now.
Off downhill.
All right, Jordan at 22.
Back to me. I'm gonna stick with the foreign films. I'm gonna just slot every foreign film I can think of. So
Just remember that there's not as many slots as you think there are.
I know. I'm already cutting stuff.
I'm already cutting stuff because I've like got personal things on here. It's like, oh, I want to get that, and I'm already like, I can't do that. But go ahead.
But this one's special. I think as a personal favorite and a cultural touchstone, Spirited Away, the anime from 2001, Hayao Miyazaki. Even if you're not an anime person, like this would be the one. I wouldn't say Akira or Ghost in the Shell. Like I'd say watch Spirited Away. It's just a beautiful film. It's a fantasy about a girl who moves to a new place, and so it's very much a fable of her a little girl lost away from her family, and she enters the world of the kami, which is like the Shinto spirits of Japan. So if you grew up in the Japanese culture, like there's a ton of references to specific monsters and ghosts and demons and things. But even if you don't know, it's still fascinating. That the animation's beautiful, it's funny, it's weird, it's creepy, it's scary in parts. Has a great villain, and it's just a beautiful Disney-esque fantasy adventure where we learn a good lesson, you get a good cry, you have a few laughs, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful movie. Studio Ghibli, one of they produce nothing but classics. But I think this is the best one of all.
Yeah, I've seen several of his movies. This is probably the one, I would agree. This is probably one I liked better than the others. I have trouble connecting. Some of them get so weird that, like, I watched The Boy and the Heron, and I mean, it was good, but some stuff just gets wild, and I just have trouble connecting with it as much as I want to. I want to love this stuff, But I remember liking Spirited Away, but it's been so long since I saw it. Like, I need to watch it again.
She basically gets separated from her parents and put to work in this like bathhouse for spirits. So where like the spirits of the countryside go to relax on vacation. So she's cleaning up muddy, swamp gods and weird little bugs crawling all over. So yeah, it's just sort of it's a timeless sort of tale about a little girl overcoming, and growing up, but then it's also very culturally specific to Japan and their history and culture.
Good stuff, Cliff. You got any problem with that? Have you seen Spirited Away?
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Well,
I said Disney-esque to give you that.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it.
Oh, he
trying to slide it.
He got an alert on his phone. All right. There you go. My turn at 21. This is really where I'm like, okay, I don't have enough picks left to get the movies I feel like have to be on here. I've learned the hard way not to rely on anybody else putting any of them on there. Which sucks. But I'm going to allow myself, man, I don't even know if I can. I really want to put one more odd movie in there. Ugh, but I don't really have the room. I will. I'm going to do it. Just because he should have won an Oscar for it. and it's Jake Gyllenhaal in 2014's Nightcrawler. This movie is about Lou Bloom. He's trying to get it into crime journalism in LA, and it's got Bill Paxton and Rene Russo, and Gyllenhaal just gives like a tour de force performance. Like it's crazy. And this is like a violent, intense movie. And he just gives like the most sociopathic performance. It's, it's weird. It's a lot. He's just like, we'll do anything to get the shot. This is all they're trying to like have the scary TV. People are addicted to this, the blood and gore on the news, seeing the crime on the news. And so they'll do anything they do to get the shot. And it's just like the race to who's going to get there to see the wreck or whatever. And it's a really strange movie, but it's such a good performance. I remember there being some talk of why, how did he not win? I can't remember who did win that year. I'll have to look it up. But, I just really like that movie. It's in my top 100 all time. So have you guys seen Nightcrawler?
I have not. No.
I wouldn't recommend it to you, Cliff.
I'm not a big fan of his. Like,
this is probably my favorite thing he's ever done.
Yeah. So. I don't know. Something about him. I'm just not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I saw it once. It's one of those ones I'll see like, oh, I should rewatch that. Just haven't gotten back to it. But yeah, I remember it being like I heard good things about it, and then it was like it felt more. It was more than I expected. Yeah, it went a little further. It pushed a little harder. Like it was something.
Yeah, you won't like him. You may not like what you're looking at, but it's tough to turn away. Like it's that type of movie. So I recommend Nightcrawler.
Is it like Human Centipede?
It's not like that. That's probably too far for me.
Okay, good. Me too.
This is a lesser bug.
Ironic. My next pick is actually Human Centipede.
Oh, I knew it.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to do one more foreign movie, but it's not that foreign.
Oh, here we go. Not that British. Foreign. Wow.
It's British, so that's basically
oh my God.
Not foreign.
They're the worst.
I've got to go with the all-time classic horror comedy Shaun of the Dead, 2004. This kind of introduced the world to Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg. It was Nick Frost's film debut. The world didn't used to be full of zombie media. It was more rare than it was in the last 20 years. But in 2004, it was a super fresh concept. Even the pun of the name, Dawn of the Dead, well, this is Shaun. He's this downtrodden salesman who he doesn't even realize the zombie apocalypse is going on at first because his life is so monotonous and everything is so repetitive and everyone's just trudging through their life. He doesn't even realize the zombies have taken over. But it's so funny, so smart as a parody of horror films. And then by the third act, it becomes a horror film. It turns really scary, and there's really gruesome stuff going on. So it just covers all the bases for me. I could rewatch this one endlessly. And not being a huge horror guy, this one's right at my wheelhouse. I don't think there's any other horror on my list, but yeah, Shaun of the Dead is one of my top.
Yeah, this is a good pick. I was kind of hoping you'd put it on the list.
Yeah, I like this movie.
It's a classic. It's got a ton of great lines. It was such a new type of humor. We got with that Edgar Wright, way of that kind of dialogue, and it was just like, wow, this is something special, and yeah, it's so rewatchable.
And tons of stuff you could catch the first time.
Right. Yeah.
Like the way he mirrors shots from earlier to later. Like it's like, oh, you've got to rewatch it over and over again to catch these precise little details.
Yeah. Even watching now, it's watched 28 years later this year, and there were things in that that reminded me of Shaun of the Dead. I was like, did they do that on purpose? Like,
Okay, so no vetoes there.
No, we may play too nice. When we get this many movies to pick from, we were like, yep, that's a good movie.
Yeah. So okay,
Cliff's at 19.
Yeah, 19. Yeah, this is tough, guys.
Remember, you have 4 picks in the top 10, so save some good ones for later.
Yeah.
If you're worried,
get the crap out now.
Yeah.
No, they're all good movies on my list. What are you talking about?
All 32.
That's right. All 32. All bangers.
Oops.
Okay, 19. I got a couple movies here that I got in mind. But it's 19, so I'm going to go with 2004, Napoleon Dynamite. This is my sister-in-law. I think this is still her all-time favorite movie. She turned us on to this movie about a year after it came out, and it's a movie that if it's on, I'll sit there and I'll watch it and I'll laugh at it and I'll wait for Uncle Rico to do something ridiculous or dumb, and there's just there's not little, but there's just certain themes in that movie that crack me up. It was so weird, for the time. It was just this crazy family out in Idaho, and you weren't really sure what the dynamic was or what was going on. Grandma's, racing dune buggies, and it gets thrown in the hospital and has to call Uncle Rico to take care of Kip and Napoleon. Napoleon's in high school. Kip's like 32 freaking years old. And they're time traveling. They're feeding llamas. They're doing drawings of ligers and fighting with, talking about his bow staff skills. And it's just, this weird kid trying to get a date for the dance with his weird friends. And vote for Pedro, 2028. I'm all in.
I literally was eating out with a friend of mine last night. We went for Mexican, and when she said she was going to get a quesadilla, I was like, I had to quote Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
I was like, it is so quotable. Like, I didn't even know until now that's what I was quoting. I was like, now that you say Napoleon Dynamite, that's what I literally quoted it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of it took the world by storm. Like
it did. It was everywhere. So
I didn't see it right away, but at that time I was substitute teaching for a stretch before I opened my shop. And yes, every kid in the school would quote that movie all day long. I was like, I felt like the old man that was left out of the joke, because like everyone was quoting that movie like crazy. And they've tried to recapture that. Like, that director was given several chances to make, a bunch more movies, and just nothing ever clicked. He did them as weird or as goofy or as strange, but nothing, for some reason, he's never able to capture that same magic.
Lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I almost had this on my list. It did cross my mind, but there's just way too much other stuff. So yeah, this was a dark horse for sure. I don't mind.
And I don't know what happened to John Heater, but I mean, he made a few movies there after this, but yeah, I think that guy knew, like, he was never gonna shake Napoleon. Like, that's who he is for the rest of his life. So
yeah, that's a good pick, Cliff. Good job. So I have pick 18 here. Okay, this is where I'm gonna try to put this one in here. This, I mean, My favorite franchise, my favorite installment of my favorite franchise. Uh, I got to go with Mission Impossible 6 Fallout. It's the best one. It's a banger. I love it. It's so rewatchable. It has a bunch of, it has some returning characters, surprising, and it just has Henry Cavill in there, who does a great job, and there's amazing stunts. There's the whole jumping out the plane, filming all the way down the night halo jump. There's gosh, what's the other big stunt from that? I know he broke his ankle jumping over that one building. But I love Fallout. It's absolutely my favorite Mission Impossible, and I cannot not try to put it on this list. So
I'm not hearing a lot of confidence there.
Well, I don't know.
None of us are approaching this with confidence. It's always like, well, maybe, I don't know.
That bathroom scene is so badass, and Henry Cavill cocking his arms like a shotgun to punch people, and it's good stuff.
Again, not something I would pick personally, but I get where you're coming from. Like, if we're talking the last 25 years, these movies have been coming out consistently, and they've been consistently good, popular, acclaimed action movies. That's probably maybe the action franchise of these past 25 years.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, what is what?
I don't know. I never saw any of them. I saw the first one, and I didn't like it, and I never saw any more.
That was the 90s, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, it can't even get on this list.
I mean, he's hanging on a helicopter. He flies a helicopter, and he's hanging off the helicopter and doing stuff. He's just like, it's that last 20 minutes, man. So incredible. Great action movie.
Sounds like Cliff's pondering the veto.
So, I mean,
gonna draw first blood.
My issue is I haven't seen this movie.
Well, big whoop.
So,
that's your problem. This is for people that watch movies.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like I haven't seen this movie to judge it.
Oh, that's a good problem to have. Then don't judge.
So,
who are you to judge?
Well, I think we're all. I think it's perfectly fine for anybody to judge Tom Cruise. He's the Russell Brand of those movies. Yeah. So, he creeps me out. Creeps me the F out. All right. I'm going to pass.
It sounds like a ringing endorsement. Awesome.
What was it? Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible Fallout. All right.
Back to me.
I did not expect you to pick one of those movies.
I can't. Then you don't know what we're doing.
I don't know what we're doing.
The last 25 years, my favorite
I would agree.
franchise. I'm trying to put my favorite one of those on there.
Okay. All righty. Jordan.
17.
I'm going to go with a movie. I have a hard time even explaining why I like it. But I more than like it.
That's great for
love it.
Veto.
As far as the subject matter, the director I'm not a huge fan of. The actor I'm not a huge fan of. But there was a perfect storm in this movie in 2008 with The Wrestler. Darren Aronofsky cast Mickey Rourke as a washed-up professional wrestler. And it's one of those movies I see it on. You flip through the streaming options and there's a million things. And every time I see that movie, I'm like, I should rewatch The Wrestler. It's so good. It's a fascinating subject to me. Anyway, the very specific idea of the old wrestlers. Their bodies are broken. They put themselves through hell to entertain us, and then they're washed up young, they die broke, and that's a fascinating, very small. We're got a microscope on this one kind of case study of this one guy, but it's this broader idea of the American dream and the father and the daughter, and it's I don't know, it's America is a big wrestling ring. And it's something about this movie, it connects on a very, it's an emotional story, but again, it's a bigger, it has something more to say yet again. So it's something about the American dream and chasing that to your own detriment, and your family, destroying your family, and then maybe hope to get it back again. So the physicality that Mickey Rourke brings, and also the vulnerability of being older and broken. It's the performance of a lifetime, and just a terrific movie.
Yeah, I remember really liking this movie. Just scenes like the shell of someone who used to be so powerful, and like what has become of them, but they still are, just trying to still be themselves. And it was, yeah, really got my attention on Aronofsky. I really liked it. I haven't watched it in probably a decade, but I do remember really think it was great. I definitely could not veto that. Good movie.
We go to a lot of these conventions and things, and I still think of that scene for every time I go to a con. I think of the scene in that movie where they're in some little like VFW hall, and he's got a fanny pack and a little thing of VHS tapes. He's trying to, and the old timers are like, oh, get an autograph with, a picture with the old timer. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely, that's saying something about our culture and what our heroes.
What's I remember there being a moment, a Guns N' Roses moment. Aren't they like playing a Guns N' Roses song? It's like a big part of the movie. It's probably like Welcome to the Jungle or something, but I feel like he's in Locker Room or something.
Is Rat when he dances with?
Oh yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, Marissa. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I liked it. I didn't think I would ever like this movie, but I really liked it. Mickey Rourke, Marissa Tomei, and he plays Randy the Ram. I think.
I was going to say, did you remember that he was the Ram?
I did remember the Ram. He was the first Ram. But I mean, it's a pretty honest depiction of what happens to those guys. To be so popular and on stage every night, almost of every, for the entire year, for years and years and years, until you just physically can't do it anymore. And then those guys, all they want to do is just be back in that spotlight. And when they're, they're dumped out into the real world, they have nowhere to go. He's got no skills that he can, he doesn't have bow staff skills that he can, make money off of. So he's working a shift at the grocery store. I mean, that's the scene I remember, was like him and
him being like behind the butcher counter or whatever.
Yeah.
I almost said that. That sticks out to me, that him doing that job. Yeah. I did look it up. It was for the final match, they play Sweet Child of Mine, and Guns N' Roses donated that song because of such a low budget. Mm-hmm. They just let them use it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rewatch. They must not have that in 4K, or I would have bought it already. I would have saw it on the list. So I'm gonna look it up, see what I can get it on. I should own that. Good pick.
Deep into that closet to rewatch that one.
Good pick. Oh my gosh, that's right, in the closet there. All right, whenever you're ready, Cliff, you can come at us with your number 16.
Okay, 16. How did we get here already? So this is a movie from 2006. It's a movie that I really love, And again, it's a little kind of an independent type movie that we have watched as a family since it came out, and we just absolutely love it. I've mentioned it before. This is Steve Carell. It's called Little Miss Sunshine, and it's kind of a fun, poor movie, but it's about a family, the Hoovers, and their youngest, Olive, gets entered into a beauty pageant. She's played by Abigail Breslin when she was real young, and the family decides they're gonna since by default somebody drops out or something, disqualified, so she's going to the Little Miss Sunshine pageant to compete, and it's a whole journey for them. They take an old Volkswagen bus, load up in it. It's got Steve Carell. He plays the uncle who has just been released to their care, kind of, after a suicide attempt. It's got Paul Dano, Steve Carell, Alan Arkin, who was nominated for Best Supporting Oscar. It's got Toni Collette, and Greg Kinnear plays the dad, and he's kind of this schlummy, get rich quick kind of guy. He's always he's got a system. It's all about the system. He's trying to sell the system that he's going to become a millionaire on. And it's really lame, but it's really just about the journey. Each character kind of has to confront like some sort of personal struggle on some level, and they don't really like each other at first. But in the end, it's heartfelt. It's a family thing. Have you guys seen this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah. Budget for it was $8 million, grossed over 101 worldwide. Beloved hit. It's very funny, and it's just about, like those fun poor shows are. It's about, just the finding commonality. As when we were watching it as a family, watching their family, and just struggle. But in the end, of course, everybody kind of comes together more or less. Sees each other for who they are, and stops their bickering. It's got a very funny ending to it with the beauty pageant, because it's all these pageant moms and their tiny little daughters that look like doll babies, and they're all glammed up with the teased out hair and the layers of makeup, and they all have like a special talent, yodeling or dancing, or that they've been trained their whole life to do, because all they do is go on the pageant circuit. And here comes this schlubby family to mess it all up, mess up their world. And Olive gets up there, and she's so sweet because her grandpa had worked with her on her talent and on the beauty pageant itself, and he ends up. Spoilers, he ends up passing away of a drug overdose on the way. So lots of hijinks and fun, but it's all very heartfelt, and just thought it had to be on the list.
Yeah, definitely a great cast. And I remember that it blew up for a little indie movie. It was nominated for all the awards. That yellow bus, you saw that everywhere. So yeah, it was very quickly became an iconic comedy.
Yeah, the bus, they have to the transmission's going out on it, so they have to get it rolling, and then pop the clutch and start in like third gear in order to even get anywhere. And then the horn blows out, and the horn starts making just this constant terrible noise the entire time. So that they're riding in it. So.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you can do a lot worse than this, Cliff. So
Cool.
I'm afraid to do anything.
You're afraid what I'll come up with next.
Seriously, like.
Okay, so we're doing okay.
The only regret I have is not vetoing forgetting Sarah Marshall, because other than that, I think this list looks pretty good.
A backhanded compliment is still a compliment.
Right.
Exactly. Take it. Oh my gosh. So I have the number 15 pick. So many movies to choose from. Oh my gosh. And I'm trying to balance out here, like, I mean, I still have movies that I'm probably the only one that saw, and, I don't, I mean, this is a collective list here. We're each getting to put things on here we like, but then there's also, like, at what point are there movies we all like? And I don't know. I would have this really high on my list, but I'm going to put it in here because I don't even think you guys ever saw the movie. And that is what I consider to be the greatest action movie of all time. Even better than Fallen. That is a movie from 2011, Gareth Evans, The Raid, Redemption. It does have a colon, redemption. One ruthless crime lord, 20 elite cops, 30 floors of hell. Was just a groundbreaking action movie where the cops are trying to go up through this building to catch the crime lord, and it's just relentless action like I had never seen, and kind of set off this whole John Wicky type stuff. It was first, basically, this stuff, and then people started getting way more creative with their action and close combat and doing things. But The Raid still stands up as like some of the most creative things. When when I watched it, I would show it to people. Anybody came over, it was like, we're watching The Raid, and I would stand up and applaud at the end. It's just like, you can't help after the, final fight, just being like, wow, they just upped it. Every scene was better than the one before it. It just more and more and more. And I just think it's the best action movie ever made. Like, as far as like actual action, it is just so good. And, I've always told people, I've said on here before, that there's a Linkin Park soundtrack that they put on after the fact, but that most people have seen the movie in. But the original Indonesian soundtrack is an option on the disc, and it's so much better, and it's really gives it that mood, the whole movie. I just cannot recommend it enough. If you've never seen The Raid, I mean, I'm so, we all, love movies. It's just like, you want people to watch it in the exact right circumstances, with the right music and everything. But I just think it's really great, really great.
Go ahead, Jordan.
So, I saw this a long time ago. Don't remember much of the story. It says it's very simple. Very simple.
It does have some stuff in there, though. It has like a thing. It has this brotherly relationship going on. These two brothers are involved, and there's not much spoken about it, but there's the very ending. Nods to it and stuff. It has like a really good moment. But anyway,
I definitely remember the action and just being multiple times being like, "What did I just see? How did they do that?"
Yeah, I've got to watch it again. It's been several years since I watched it.
I
highly doubt you've seen this, right, Cliff?
No, I haven't, but it's making me regret not vetoing Tom Cruise because I didn't think we'd have another action movie on this list.
We don't want action movies. We don't like action movies.
I don't really watch them.
Yeah. Well, I'm not coming with any comedies, so I understand. We got different genres we're interested in. This is my last action movie, I think.
Okay.
It's not I take that back. That's not true.
Oh,
but it's my last pure action movie. Like it's the greatest action movie, I think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I should have known you would pick this movie.
You should have.
I should have known
my top 100 is well advertised.
Yeah.
Whenever we go to do anything like this, it's pretty clear what are my favorite movies.
Right,
I won't shut up about them.
Okay, alrighty. Haven't seen it.
That's one thing I like. It sounds like it's on there, and I like that we have managed to put quite a few movies on here that I think people are going to find something to watch that they may not have known of. We'll have more popular things coming up, but I just think The Wrestler, Little Miss Sunshine, these are good picks that people,
that they should see. I agree. They're worth a watch.
That's why we're doing this. Jordan,
this feels like a letterboxed list in the making.
Yeah. Oh, bam. Let's do it.
I've only got 5 picks left, and I have more than anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So I think the majority of the world would have this way high on the list. I've had my heart broken before with this movie, so I'm going to just go ahead and try to put it here instead of way at the top. The first comic book movie on the list, The Dark Knight in 2008, Christopher Nolan, second in the Bat trilogy from Christopher Nolan. Critically, it was probably the first time a comic book movie, got good reviews, and actual movie critics really went to bat for it. And it also was a fan favorite. After Batman Begins, people really liked that and that new take on the Batman mythos. And he came back for Dark Knight and just, blew it out of the water. We're still in that kind of post 9/11 world, grappling with this idea of the surveillance state and what is, justice and terrorism. And they add all these crazy real world things into a fun comic book action movie. So we get Heath Ledger's Joker as one of the all-time villains. We get Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Dent as that trinity that's straight out of the comics, trying to save Gotham. And then here comes the Joker saying it's all nonsense. Humans don't want to be. Humans want chaos. We don't want this order you're trying to impose. So a very heady, but also super fun, super dark, super serious. This was, 2008. We hadn't quite, Iron Man was coming out that same year. So we hadn't had the Marvel bright, fun MCU stuff. We were still, in the gritty kind of stuff. And it was like, wow, someone's taking these comic books seriously. And it was still just such a breath of fresh air. But when we did our list of best comic book movies, this was nobody's favorite but mine. So I don't know where you guys are with this one, but I thought Dark Knight needed to be on the list, even if it's only about halfway.
Cliff, you're the next to comment.
Yeah, so I love The Dark Knight. My problem with all of those movies is Christian Bale. I don't like him as Batman.
Yeah.
Like the movie itself, I like what it does with Batman. I can't stand the voice, and I think the suit sucks.
Boy, you are really preaching to me.
Everything else about that movie I love, but those are very integral parts of Batman being Batman.
Batman is an important part of Batman.
Yeah, I don't want my Batman to. He can be rough, but I want to be able to understand what the hell he says a
Yeah.
little bit. And that stupid cow.
That's what I was just going to say. Those are my two things I hate the most is the voice and that big rubber reservoir, whatever he's wearing on his head. It's just it's way too much rubber.
Yes. It's
a lot of rubber.
Hashtag
it's like he cut a tire in half and put it on his head.
It's just like, what were they thinking?
I don't know.
Oh, it's oddly shaped, and it's like Bruce Wayne is a millionaire. He would have something
exactly multi-millionaire. I hear.
Yeah, he's one of the richest men in Gotham. He's going to have something that
maybe the richest.
I'm having flashbacks.
I don't even think we went down this road last time.
I don't think we did.
But we were obviously on the same freaking page on what we don't like about this.
Yeah.
Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie
None
Gyllenhaal,
of them were wearing any of that tire.
Morgan Freeman. I mean, even if you don't like Christian Bale, there's plenty of other good actors.
Yeah, I do agree with that. There is, it's a wonderful movie that, man, it was just, when that thing came out, it was just like, that was a Batman movie we had not seen. I mean, we had the Tim Burton movies, which were dark and gothic-y, and kind of timeless. And he had the black suit, but yeah, that movie came out and just, it was like, Batman Begins was fine. It was dark and maybe a little too dark. But this thing just had such a cool villain, of course, the Joker, and such a new portrayal of him, and it gave Batman, he wasn't just by himself or with Alfred. He had, Lucius, and had these supporting characters that were real world characters. So it was, it was believable. The Joker he was outrageous, but he was also, he was a maniac, but it was, he wasn't doing things that seemed incapable of the character or him. They seemed very appropriate, and just how he was out to kind of, get everybody and just create chaos. So
all that being said,
you talked me into it, Cliff.
I was like, all that being said, Jordan, are you going to let him not veto that? Like, is that what are you doing, Cliff?
I don't know. What do you think?
That's not how this works. I can't say anything until you've decided.
I know
you're going to pass the buck. Yeah.
I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to veto this. I just was hoping you would. It'd been funny if you did. I think it absolutely should be on here, and it's a great spot for it. I think it's like the most. It's the most iconic DC movie of the last 25 years, and absolutely should be on here. Like, it's the Empire Strikes Back of that trilogy. It's great. Heath Ledger, legendary performance. I remember seeing this in the theater and like being like, yeah, that was great, and thinking it was over, and there was still 45 more minutes. I'm like, and just kept going.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was
like, I really do love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have things I don't love about it, but it's still an iconic movie. It definitely like should be on this list.
Agreed.
So it's you, Cliff, at 13.
Ooh, 13.
Lucky 13.
Yeah.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks left.
Okay.
You better have 5 good freaking movies.
I'm just one at a time, just shooting my shot here. Just going down through the list. So,
you have 4. You have the most picks in the top 10 out of the 3 of us.
Nice.
How did we let that happen? We got to pick before him, Jordan. What are we doing?
Yeah, what do you guys? You just set me up.
So if I had to do over, I would have took your picks. I forgot there was that many in the top 10.
So, this is a newer movie, 2022, guys. It's Babylon.
Oh my God. Out of nowhere.
I
knew you liked this, but I didn't know you liked it.
I don't. It's this. It's outrageous. It's this ambitious, like dazzling movie of early Hollywood, and it, it takes place,
Wow.
like between the
Shocking.
transition from the silent era movies to the talkies, and it just showed how, like, of course, Hollywood's weird, but even back then, like, it had weird beginnings, and some of these things in this movie, it's fictional, but some of the characters in it are based on some, things that happened back then, and the way they happened. So it's kind of a Margot Robbie, Diego Calva is the guy that kind of rises from nothing up through the studios, and it has Brad Pitt. He plays this. He plays this, like, silent era actor, leading man, and as the transition happens into talking pictures, he suddenly, like a lot of those stars, is no longer a star because people didn't like him after that, so they didn't like hearing his voice or whatever. But yeah, it's wild, and it's just Wild West of movie making back then, and how anybody off the street could have just walked in and became a star for a moment. So big, grandiose scenes throughout the picture, and old California. I love this movie. It really, like, Seth, I remember talking to you about it, and you were like, and you saying, boy, they really went for it in that movie. And I was like, yeah, they did. Like, and it totally worked for me.
Jordan.
I liked it, and I did definitely like the ambition and the idea and the scope of it all. But I have a hard time with these more recent movies. Like, for something to become my favorite, I have to watch it over and over again and think about it and reference it over the years. So having something that recent be a favorite would be difficult for me, even if I like the movie a lot. Do I have first
Yeah, it's you.
veto pick?
Yes.
Like, I understand that. I can see how it would be like a polarizing movie.
It is.
Yeah, I like it, but I just don't think I like it enough to be in our top 25. So I'm gonna break the glass and
Thank God,
first
somebody's
veto.
finally doing something. Not that I really. I'll talk about it then. Now that he has pulled the trigger, I can't wait to watch this movie again. I saw it the one time in the theater, and I remember, like, it was just so over the top. I love Hollywood. I love making movies about movies. I'm a sucker for. It's just my jam. That's what I like. And the golden hour stuff is great. That's just, I love it.
It's like I said, to me, it is a beautifully shot movie.
Oh yeah.
The scenes are
Yeah.
so big and wide and like old school Hollywood stuff in there.
It's just so crazy. It's so
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And the ending is so corny to the extent that they are just like, don't you freaking love movies? And I sat there with tears in my eyes because I was like, God damn it. I fucking love movies.
Yeah.
I was eating that shit up at the end. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
I probably would have also vetoed it because there's still so much we have not got on this list. But I love that we got to talk about it because
Yeah, I recommend people watch it for sure.
yeah,
It's definitely
check
worth
it
your
out.
time.
You will have an opinion.
So it's a movie we like.
Yeah, I love this guy's movie. It's Damien Chazelle. This is one of my guys. Like, he goes for it. This is the La La Land director. Like, he makes intense movies, and this is it. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch it again when I know what I'm getting. which I usually end up liking stuff better.
I
that
think
way.
that's why it blew me away, because I didn't know what I was getting. I knew it had
it's
Margaret
crazy.
Robbie in it and Brad Pitt, and like I watched
And an elephant.
in an elephant.
Well, we just got to talk about the elephant in the room, Cliff.
Yeah. There
was an elephant in the room.
Amazing opening to a movie. This guy in a truck, and they're getting an elephant to take to this party, this big orgy of a Hollywood party with all the biggest stars and music, and like it's the 1920s or whatever, and like it's insane.
Yep. Check it out, people. Cliff, you got to make a new pick.
Oh, I don't want to make a new pick because I really like that one.
Yeah. You know what? He may pick it again later. Higher.
Yeah, I might. I'm going to go with a pick. This would have been, I guess, my next one up.
Okay. That's a good place to start.
Well, I don't like. We're at what, 13 here. I like this movie higher, and I'm a little scared to pick it because it's really high on my list.
Maybe we think it needs to be higher. We'll veto it and put it.
You might. I don't know. I doubt it. You guys usually don't always agree with some of these picks of mine. But 2013. This is a movie again. Christian Bale movie, guys. Back to back. Amy Adams, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence. This is American Hustle.
That's my favorite game, is guessing what movie by naming the actors. So I was on to you pretty quick there.
Yeah.
American Hustle.
Yes. And again, this is, maybe not what you, I don't know, maybe you expect that from me. Maybe you don't.
I saw it with my mom and a friend of mine.
Did you really?
And then we went and had Chinese food afterwards.
So, amazing cast. They're all great in it. It's a crazy story that, like, it had me, like, I didn't know what was going to happen next. Much like the characters in the movie, I felt like. But Christian Bale plays a con man in New York City in New Jersey area, in the 1970s. And he just becomes, very much like me, infatuated in this movie with Amy Adams. I just thought she was spectacular in this movie. Like, her acting was amazing. Her costumes, her wardrobe was just, so good. But yeah, Bradley Cooper's great in it also. He plays this cop, and he's got this terrible 1970s tight little perm. And
there's a hilarious scene with him and Louis C.K. in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's making fun of him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But yeah, there are times in this movie, and I'm like, I don't know if I like anybody. I don't know if I love them all. Like, it was exciting, and I think it's one of the best movies in the last 10 years or whatever. I guess it's been a little longer now, but yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Jordan.
Yeah, this was another one that when it hit, it was like, I feel like everybody got nominated for every award. It was the talk of the town on award season, made a bunch of money. I've seen it once. I liked it, but I don't have real strong memories about it. But yeah, the cast is great.
Yeah, they get into the FBI. It's an FBI sting movie, basically. It's just I think it was based on like some real life scandal back in the day, and it's it's such a contrast too. Like, Amy Adams looks amazing.
She does.
And then you have Christian Bale, who put on like, I don't know, like 50 pounds or something.
Yeah,
like he's huge in this movie, and he's all in, and he's got this terrible comb over and this toupee piece plastered to him. He doesn't even look like Christian Bale half the movie. And he, like, this amazing chemistry between the two of them. They play off of each other. And like I said, you don't really know who's playing who at times. You think everybody's playing everybody at some points. And then, yeah, it's just, it's a movie that, again, if it's on, I'm going to stop and watch it. I'll seek it out. If I haven't watched it for a while, just it's so fun.
So what did you decide, Jordan?
I can't back to back, that'd be unprecedented.
What exactly? This is this. I mean, you can make history.
Yeah, I feel like Cliff seems to like this movie more than even Babylon, so I wouldn't want to squash that. And it's emblematic that like this was for a couple of years there were a lot of movies like this. David O. Russell brought these same actors back for multiple movies, so it's definitely representative of the last 25 years. So
I remember seeing it and liking it, and I liked the people in it, and I laughed, and yeah, like he gained a bunch of weight, and Jennifer Lawrence was great, and Amy Adams was hot, and it was trying really hard to be an award movie, and might have won some. I remember liking it. I don't think I've watched it since, but whenever I think of it, I think I would like to watch that again. I really would like to watch it again. But gosh dang it, if I don't have written here that I used a veto on this. And I want to see how excited Cliff can get for his third pick, number 13.
I'm gonna be real honest. I'm at the top of my list. Like, there's not much. You're gonna be using these videos now, and you're gonna be thinking, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have used these videos later."
Trust me, I hate to do it because you're coming with good stuff. Like these are good picks to get vetoed. These are the best vetoed picks that we could ask for. Like I like they're so borderline. They're so close to something that should be here, but I just know what's on my list, and I'm just like, I want so bad. I'm not expecting you to pick something on my list, but I'm like, I know the caliber of what I want on here. And it's like, I think Cliff likes good movies. He's naming good movies. I bet he knows some really good movies.
You guys don't know what you're asking for.
I've walked by fire before. I've danced with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with 2007.
Yeah, excited.
A movie called Juno.
Juno.
Elliot Page, Michael Cera, Jennifer Garner, Jason Bateman, J.K. Simmons, and Allison Janney. This is a movie about a high school girl that gets pregnant, is impregnated by her friend, her love interest in the movie, and her struggle of what to do. She thinks she should get an abortion, and then she decides, babies have fingernails, and then she doesn't, and decides she's going to give this child up for adoption. And it's about how her dad and her stepmom are supporting her. Again, it's kind of a fun, poor, like working class, people. She's kind of a, I don't know, I don't want to say a loner, but she she's one of those kids in the movie that, she's got her best friend, she's got her best guy friend who gets her pregnant, on just a stupid teenager moment. And then she finds herself in this situation and has to be an adult and take care of herself, take care of this child, and try and find some parents for this. And along that, she thinks she finds them, and then they're kind of, they seem like cool people. They have some money, and Jason Bateman and Jennifer Garner, who for whatever, I think she couldn't have kids or something like that, and like it's just awkward moments throughout the movie. And another one of those kind of smaller scale productions that definitely they were a big hit. Had the best original screenplay, and was nominated for Best Picture that year. Budget was 7.5 million, gross 231 million worldwide. So it was a huge hit for a moment, and yeah, pretty good.
Jordan.
Diablo Cody, right? That was
Yep.
her kind of big breakout moment. Yeah, definitely iconic. You're naming movies like Napoleon Dynamite, Little Miss Sunshine. Like, I can picture the box of the movie or the movie poster. Like, just, these are very, very iconic. But if you had said this was from 1997, I'd been like, yeah, that sounds right. Like, this movie seems so old. 2007. Wow, that was not that long ago. But it feels like ages ago.
It's ages.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's weirdest old. We've anything past 2000 we think was yesterday.
2007 was the year my daughter was born. And
Exactly.
She's in college now, guys.
Yeah, good, very good comedy. Again, it's funny, but it's got heartfelt moments. Yeah, I would back this one. This is an iconic 2000s movie.
Yeah, I like this movie. It's pretty dated. And I mean, to think of what she was bending over backwards, or they were bending over backwards to perform. She wasn't 16. She wasn't pregnant. She wasn't straight. She was, just like, but, she was an adorable actress at the time. Like, everybody was in love with, her. And, it's good. I haven't seen it since then. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, okay.
I can't imagine like what it's like. What I remember Jennifer Garner being the adoptee or whatever, right? Jason Bateman maybe, and
like
I don't really remember.
Their marriage doesn't, it falls apart during the adoption process.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot that. that. But I remember really liking it. Thought it was a nice, had a little more depth to, the comedic type movie it was. Yeah, absolutely. That's
not supernatural dialogue, very, very stylized, very quippy, very clever, fast dialogue.
Yeah. Probably got me, I think it's fun of the early Michael Cera things we were seeing. So yeah, all good. Yep. I like it. So Juno, Cliff finally gets a movie in at 13. Oh my gosh. Now it's me at 12. I have how many picks left? 1, 2, 3, 4 picks left. Oh my God. Yikes. That is a travesty. Wow.
I'd just like to note that coming into this, like we talked about earlier, I was thinking 11, top 11. That's what we normally do. And I've kind of run through like the top of my list, and we're at number 12.
Yeah, and you have 4 picks in the top 10.
Yeah,
you better start Googling movies.
This is gonna be wild. Oh no, we're sticking to the list.
Come on, you can find some movies. Like,
no, it's got.
You're not thinking.
genuine.
You must not be remembering some stuff because there's a bunch of stuff out there. All right, I know I'm gonna try this one. I know how much you love Damien Chazelle. You just tried Babylon, so I'm gonna try to put this one in here at number 12. This was a huge hit. I remember watching it. I didn't know what we were getting, but I rented it, I guess. We played our RPG game, and then me and my son and my friend and his son, we sat and we all watched Whiplash. And we were entranced by this movie. Like, me and my friend had both been drummers in school, and just like, I just loved the way this was put together, and just the obsession of him wanting to be the best and having this toxic relationship with his teacher, trying to get the best out of him, but being just toxic, and just the way, that movie became, I mean, pretty iconic at the time. Like it was a huge hit as far as like in the zeitgeist. It was quoted a lot. Not My Tempo, and J.K. Simmons. That's is the best thing he's done as far as I'm concerned. And I just love a movie that gets there, like, and Chazelle does that. He did it in Babylon, he did it in La La Land, and he does it in Whiplash. He builds to that big ending that is just a phenomenal ending in your face. And I love the music. It's this jazz, and it's a joke about, this and La La Land. Oh, you're saving jazz, but it's like he knows how to do it. This guy was a musician, and he really sells it. This is one of my favorite movies. Like it's in my top 10. I just dig everything about it and love that it has I love a movie that has a good build throughout and ends well. And, it's another intense musical movie. And I don't remember whether we ever really talked about it before, but, yeah, Jordan, you would be the first.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Also, my nephew Alexander, that's a 5-star movie for him. That might be his favorite movie too.
He knows what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this not knowing much about it. It was just, it's so tense, and the acting is so memorable and it's so in your face with that. I didn't know much about Miles Teller at that point, but I think he's had a pretty good career, and he's really good. And yeah, as a drummer from way back, I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sacrifice and the dedication, throwing a cymbal at someone.
Yeah. Wrecking your car and trying to get there, and like anything, just you're bleeding, you're still going to make it. You're still going, Cliff, have you seen Whiplash?
I think I saw some of it.
Oh yeah, here we
It's
go.
not-
This is where
It's not for me.
he isn't like Damien Chazelle anymore.
I don't like that. Toxic is a good, like, that is so, I am so the opposite of like anybody like that. Like I'm immediately out. Just personally. I'm not talking about the movie, but I mean I am, but yeah, that type of does not do it for me.
Yeah, that's kind of the crux of the movie though. It's he wants to be this great drummer in spite of this guy. It's not, oh, look, like, okay, a little anecdote about this. When my buddy that watched it with us, I thought we all loved this movie. Okay. We sat there after it and we're just like, this was great. Me and both our sons were like over the top, loving it. And I assume my friend did too. And, when he joined Letterboxd a year ago, he gave it a low rating. He gave Whiplash a low rating. And he's like, hey, I joined Letterboxd. I rated a bunch of movies. And I was like, I'll just tell you that I could have told you your rating for those 100 movies you rated, except one, Whiplash. You gave it a low rating. Like, I could not believe that. I can't believe that. I thought for sure you loved that movie. And it turned out that it was because of that. He was in the marching band, and he felt like, their director was a little toxic when it came to him, and he kind of embarrassed him one night in front of like the parents or whatever at something. He embarrassed his section he was in, and he kind of really held that against that guy. And this brought this baggage to the movie, basically, and I was like, oh, well, that totally explains it. You're allowed to not like this for that reason because of what you're bringing to it. That's fine. But
yeah, this movie just happens to be about music. I mean, it could be a coach from a sporting event. Right. It could be a boss at work. Like that relationship isn't limited.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, so, absolutely. So, anyway, what are you doing, Cliff?
I feel like you got 1,000,001 movies on your list. I'm gonna veto that one.
All right. Cliff's vetoing. He's had enough of our bullshit.
That feels personal.
That did feel personal. I thought I'd try to get it in there. I was like, this is one of my favorite movies ever. So you got your out, pint of blood or whatever off of me, This one hurts, but I'll take it. Oh, okay. Good news is I get to pick another movie. It's like a lot of damn movies that I'd like to do.
Well, I hope so. I figured you got a whole top 100 list there.
I do, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with another movie I love. I appreciate when a comedian gives a dramatic performance. It's Robin Williams has done it. It's a popular thing. They find that comedians can sometimes give these great performances. And in 2004, a Michael Gondry movie, Jim Carrey was Joel in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This is just a heartbreaking movie, Joel and Clementine, Kate Winslet, great cast, Kirsten Dunst, Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood, Tom Wilkinson. It's a great movie about, where his girlfriend, has a procedure to forget that they were ever together after they break up. And it's heartbreaking. And it's like them, him trying to find a way to make her remember him and realizing, whether, there might be some corrupt processes here that have taken place. And, there's a, people take different things from this movie, but it's also like, basically the thing I take from it is just, even if maybe you weren't like meant for each other, you, at a point in time there, you were, for however long it did last, when you were getting to know each other or were with each other, you were right for each other at that time, whether it ended up, falling apart or, people change and such. This movie is like, is it necessary to totally forget that time? She chooses to forget everything about him, and it's like, it just feels unnecessary. This extreme answer to your problem, I don't know. It's a lot of clever effects used in this movie, and it's very of its time, but I feel like it's one of the best from that mid-aughts. Like, some of the stuff, there was a lot of clunky movies in that era, and this one just is such a good indie movie that I think it is one of the best movies ever. I think, Jim Carrey gives a great performance, and Kate Winslet does as well. Like, I love this movie.
Also an era of a lot of experimentation and trying new things, and like you said, the visuals, even the very idea of it is so avant-garde that the 90s would not have produced a movie like that, probably. Yeah, I think every list I looked at trying to prepare my list had this on it. So yeah, you're not alone thinking that. It's been way too long since I've seen this movie, but I remember really, really liking it. So yeah, I'd be happy with this one on the list.
It's a little dark for Cliff, probably.
Saw it one time when it first came out because everybody was making such a big deal about it and hated it. Did not understand it. It was weird, and I've never seen it since. I just remember not understanding what the hell was happening at all.
It's kind of like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but with Kate Winslet.
In fact, that was the original title.
If Kate Winslet's character was named Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. Forgetting Joel Barish.
Yeah. I really hated that movie. When
now he hated it. Oh my God, he hated it.
We did. Movie. Alicia and I both watched it. I remember just
wow.
But what year was that? That feels like it was
2004.
Ago than that. How many vetoes do I have?
I don't know, but I don't have a lot of good time movies left. I'll just tell you, you're going to get a lot of this. Like, actual dramatic things.
Yeah. Just because I don't want to use 2 vetoes at 12, I guess. Ugh. Okay. You guys win.
All right. The resentment has begun to build. We're really getting into Ka-Pow territory
now. Jordan, number 11.
Me. All right. This one, I don't know if you guys are big on this one, but I don't think it would pass muster in the top 10, but this is 11, so it's not even a top 10.
11. It's like 26.
Yeah, I'm going to place it there. I adore this movie. Watched it several times. Hell or High Water. I have so many neo-westerns on my list. That must be my favorite genre of like modern movies with a western feel where there's either crime going on or something dark going on. So this was directed by David Mackenzie, but written by Taylor Sheridan, who has gone on to take over basically half of Hollywood with Yellowstone and its many spin-offs and all that stuff. But this is the first time I had encountered his work, and the screenplay is so good. Whatever you think of Yellowstone, doesn't matter. This movie is excellent. It's about 2 brothers, Chris Pine and Ben Foster, who are robbing banks to pay off the loan on their family ranch. So they're not criminals. They're not sadistic bad guys. They're just trying to save the family farm, basically. And they're being pursued by a pair of Texas Rangers, Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham. And it's a familiar story. Cops and robbers, you've seen it a million times, but it does some super clever things. There's it's set in Texas. And, they're robbing the banks, and everyone in the lobby has a gun on them because, of course, they do. It's Texas. Like, what are you going to do? And it just, again, there's some really good action, but it's very grounded. It's not crazy car chases jumping over stuff. It's so realistic and so grounded. And again, it's got that extra layer of saying something about America right now, and the way the banks are foreclosing because of health problems, and it's just that desperation so many people feel of, well, what would you do? It's the system is rigged against you. So, what other choice do you have? And so it's like, even the cops kind of understand where the criminals are coming from, and the criminals aren't terrible human beings. So it's complex. It's morally gray. It's outstandingly written. And I could watch it over and over again. So I don't know anybody else's opinion, but I think it's top notch.
Man, it's a great movie. If you were, this is like such BS that you're like, it's 11. It's like, if this was 10, I'd say no.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel.
But you only have so many picks in 10. You only have 3 picks in the top 10. Like,
I love this movie.
I do. I like this movie. I like this movie. It is a very watchable movie. I mean, you should want to watch movies, I guess. But I just feel like there's so much stuff we could put in here. But I have to deal with 4 Cliff picks.
That's right, baby.
Seriously,
buckle up.
This is a movie I really like, but I would veto it just because I think there's a lot of stuff. I have no doubt you could come up with something else. The problem is there's 4 cliff picks in the top 10. I have to save Vitez for that. And it is pick 11. So I'm going to turn this positive. This is a great fucking movie. I love this movie. I think I've seen this movie 5 times because talk about a movie like not that I ever like, I mean, it's Cliff often says, if it's on, I'm flipping through or whatever. That is not a thing that I ever do. I don't know what world he's living in that you're flipping through anything. I never just stumble on something that's on. I don't only have streaming. I don't. It's things aren't just on. Yeah. So, but I still, even without that being a thing for me, I still have seen this like 5 times because it's great. So, yeah, I love it. So. Well, I'll let it pass there. Cliff, what do you think of Hell or High Water? You unless you hate it?
I didn't know it existed until right now.
Yeah. See.
I just don't know anything about it.
Yeah. So, it's a modern Western.
I don't have anything to say, really. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
I love how Seth says cliff pick. Wait, what's that Seinfeld episode with the Gene picks? It's like Elaine's trying to get a recommendation at the video store. Like, we have plenty of Gene picks. Gene is trash.
No respect.
Spit that out like cliff picks.
Yeah, no respect at all.
That's exactly, you nailed it.
No respect at all.
All right.
What was it called?
Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water. It's not dark and depressing.
I think you would like it. I think this
good
of all the things you haven't seen on this list, and this I think is highly watchable. You would enjoy it. All right, Gene, it's you at number 10. We're in the top 10 now. Finally,
top 10 ought to be a little jingle or something. Top 10.
Yeah, okay, put one in there. Oh, I like this one.
Thank you and hello again, everybody. Welcome to America's Top 10.
Glad you brought that up. That's a good top 10 jingle.
Nice. Thank you.
Gene's top movies.
Number 10. This is, like I said, I'm kind of getting down to it here, guys. I was going to throw out Finding Nemo 2003, Pixar classic. As I was making a bit of a list a while back and thinking about like animated movies the last few years, and Pixar has just been such a huge part of that. And first movie I ever took my son to see was Finding Nemo. He's
staying on the seat.
No, he didn't stand in the seat for this one. He was glued to the screen though.
Oh,
however, and it's just one of those. I just love it. It's so funny and there's so much emotion there, and just about a guy trying to find his son that gets taken away, and then, he's so scared of the world and what it's going to do to his kid, and who can't relate to that? Huge hit, 94 million budget, 940 million monies made worldwide. Beloved, stunning animation, holds up. I think will hold up forever. That ocean forever. I'm just listen to this. Listen to this podcast in 25 years.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Well, Siri.
Sorry, AI had to say something.
But yeah, listen or watch this in 25 years and tell me you still don't love it, I guess, is what I'm saying.
It's been almost 25.
Yeah.
I can just watch it now.
When we do our best of 50 years podcast, boy, it's
right.
Be right at the top.
Still be there.
We'll be like, man, he was wrong.
I think 10's a good spot for it. This was, of course, about two clownfish, um, Albert Brooks, Ellen DeGeneres when she was Dory, and forgetful Dory, and had a great voice cast that were funny, and you had the Darla and don't touch the butt and just classic bits throughout the movie. It was just groundbreaking. Really, just I think that's the best word I have for it. It was groundbreaking in a field that a lot of ground had been broken by Disney and 80 years worth of movies or whatever. So yeah.
I was getting a little worried we'd gone this long and you hadn't thrown any Disney at us yet. So I was wondering what you were waiting on.
Just bide my time.
All right. Yeah, all that Pixar had a run that's unprecedented and animation. So yeah, they're just all-time classic after all-time classic.
Yeah, this was. Everybody went and saw this. It was when Pixar was ruling the roost.
Sure was. It's just, I don't know. It feels timeless to me. It's just one of those Disney films that, and it's probably because of when it came out and Cooper was so little back then, and it was just a big part of, of that first movie going experience for us and taking him and then, the themes of the movie itself just were relatable.
So, yeah, I mean, it does when I think about like this list of, we're going like the top 25 movies, the last 25 years of this so far in this millennium, that is one of the big, the big animated movies of those 25 years. Like everybody loved it. So yeah, I have no problem with it here at 10. I think we should have some animated movie in here.
Should definitely be some representation from Pixar because that's
it would be a glaring omission if we did not have some Pixar in here. So I think this is a good representative. Jordan, 9.
into the top 10. Got 3 choices left. I'm going to go with another neo-western. That's my jam. From what might be my favorite directors of all time, Joel and Ethan Coen, going with 2007, No Country for Old Men. Another crime thriller based on the Cormac McCarthy novel from just a couple years prior. Josh Brolin finds a bag of money and a bunch of dead bodies. What would you do in that situation? Would you just walk away or would you take the money? So he makes the wrong choice and keeps making the wrong choice over and over again, like any good crime noir. Tommy Lee Jones is kind of the laconic Texas sheriff after him, who's seen it all in his day, but he hadn't quite seen anything quite like this. And the villain Javier Bardem as Anton Chigurh. Just, one of the all-time scariest villains in a movie. Craziest haircut, crazy weapon, just unforgettable. I actually had to call customer service 1-800 number a little bit ago, and the guy, I think his name was Alphonse or something. He sounded just like Javier Bardem.
You made him flip a coin?
He was like, "How can I help you?" He had the deepest, sultriest voice. I'm like, "You really intimidate me, sir. I'm not going to complain about my service."
I don't know that nobody sultry has ever intimidated me. Yeah.
Yeah. Coen Brothers movie, which I've loved all their movies, and this one just seemed to really peak. The critics loved it, a bunch of awards and stuff, but I just feel it's iconic. Again, it's a little dark, it's a little what do you call that? Cynical or nihilistic, but it's also just edge of your seat the whole
Yeah, it's also perfect. Yeah, I remember before this movie came out. What year was it?
That was 2007.
Yeah, before this came out, it had got on my radar that this was Cormac McCarthy, and I was not like in tune with the like iconic lit, and but I had heard that this guy was a very special writer, and so I thought, well, I love to read a book before I see the movie or whatever, and I was like, okay, so this was the first Cormac McCarthy book I picked up, I believe. I don't know what year The Road was. I think this was first, but I think this was the first one I read of his, and I read this and I love the book, and just the way he writes is so different than everyone else. Like, it's just an entirely different animal, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought the ending was very strange and abrupt. And going into the movie, I was like prepared for that, and it is just like the book, as I recall. Like, it's pretty abrupt, and some people had a problem with that, but I was a little prepared for it. But this was on my list also. Like, this had to be here. This is a top 10 movie of the last 25 years for sure. I really like it right here. Yeah, you definitely crushed it with this. This is a near perfect movie. Everyone should watch it. Multiple times. Like, Tommy Lee Jones is great, and it's the definitive role for Javier Bardem. Like, love it.
And Josh Brolin wasn't a big star. He was kind of an underdog at this point. This kind of
he was young. He was young, and like he was like it's.
Have you guys seen The Goonies? Version. I mean, he was.
Well, I'm saying like pre or post, his teen stardom. He hadn't had a.
Yeah, this was next after The Goonies.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Nope.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's what I like about you, Cliff. You're just like a totally different bird. Like.
From you guys, yes, I see.
Yeah. From a lot of people. You're the Peter Pan Disney guy. Like, you're just living a totally different life than us. Like,
I am. I want to.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just like, but that's what makes this what it is. Like, I honestly, whenever we go to do a draft like this, I'm like, this is another thing that is totally reliant on Cliff. Otherwise, it would be a boring ass normal.
I agree.
It would be all the right picks.
It would be people going.
We gotta get Gene in here.
I don't know these movies. Why do I want to listen to this podcast about movies that I've never heard of?
I will say this: if I was going to tell you of any movie you haven't seen, this is not the one to veto.
Oh, good.
I didn't pick it. I'm just saying, don't veto Jordan on this, because this movie. If we don't have this on there, we messed up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, and I'll probably be honest with you. I'll probably never see it.
I wouldn't recommend it to you. I'm just saying, it should be on here.
Okay, where we at?
It'll just end up being higher.
Number 8.
Yes, it's you again.
Me again.
I've been watching you guys go back and forth here.
So speaking of dark movies that I didn't think I was going to be picking at this point.
Wow.
Just
folks, you don't know what Cliff defines as dark.
I thought this was pretty dark. Ran across this very adult themes. Ran across this. I don't know. I guess whenever it came to HBO or something like that, some movie service. 2006, Little Children.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Okay, dark. Oh my God! That's as dark as you get.
That's the darkest thing on.
What kind of? Who are you?
Hey, you got to be unpredictable. You got to be, a little a toe in this water and a toe in that puddle, and
if I recall, this is Patrick Wilson and Kate Winslet
and Jackie Earl Haley.
Herm.
Yeah, so this was
like Watchmen babies.
intense drama, Oscar nominations with this movie. It's just like it's a lot of, like I said, adult themes, but it shows regular people struggling with alienation and loneliness and desire. And it's, you have this couple that their kids are friends and they're having play dates, and then all of a sudden they're having play dates during the play dates, and super dark. It'll make you feel some things maybe you don't want to feel, and about infidelity and stuff like that. And then you have the Jackie Earl Haley character and his storyline of talk about alienation and just, it's a weird movie because you feel for the guy at some point, whether it be pity or whatever, but yeah, doing these terrible things. So pretty wild. It's as dark as I'm going to get, I think, on this list.
Goddamn hope so.
How could you get?
If you can't get any darker than this, this is as dark as Cliff could possibly get. I hope. I could not live with a darker Cliff.
I mean, I'm not going to nominate 8mm or anything like that tonight. So.
This is your 8mm.
It probably is. Yeah, yeah. So
I remember watching this and really liking it, and again, just not a fun movie, but a powerful one. So not one that would ever have been on my radar for this list, but wow, okay.
The undefinable. I don't even know what to do with you. Where could you ever predict what's going to come out of his fucking mouth?
You got to be well diversified.
God, what'd you decide to do, Jordan? You're like, yeah, you're just surprised and love
stunned.
it.
It's just,
yeah,
put it through. Don't think too much about it.
I cannot let little children be on the top 10 of the last 25 years. I'm going to use a veto on this. Oh my God.
Goodness. Another veto.
Yeah, this is not a top 10 movie list. It's a good movie. It's
a very good movie.
Taking that.
We don't like the subject matter, but it's a very good movie.
There are some, yeah.
He's going to pull out a Lars von Trier.
Yeah,
Michael Haneke.
What did Lars do in the last 25 years? Which is he going to pick?
Oh, Lord.
I know. It's like every time I'm like, what's the, I was just that just knocked me off so much. I don't even know what to do anymore.
That's what I'm here for, guys. What I'm here for. Keep you on your toes.
All right, so we each have one veto left.
Ooh. And 8 picks to come.
Jordan also has a veto override. He could have swooped in there. He could have swooped in there and locked in little children, but he did not. I want to note that he did not.
I forgot I could, and I'm fine.
Oh, Lordy.
At first, about halfway through this list, I thought I really overdid it with the powers. Now I'm like, not enough powers.
Not enough powers.
Not enough powers. He is over there rifling through papers that don't even have anything to do with this podcast. Like, I don't know what he's coming up with next.
Gosh, number 8, 25 years.
Yeah, the last 25 years of movies.
Years.
We've talked about a lot of movies from the last 25 years over our days together. Can you think of any you liked?
Yeah. In fact,
we're not either the brightest or darkest spots.
Sure.
in the world.
Somewhere. Like I said earlier, I don't watch a lot of action-y type movies.
I watch a lot of superhero stuff.
Well, there is a lot of superhero stuff, and there's a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
barely have any of that on there. If you like any
that
of
has
that,
defined the last 25 years. So
yeah,
sure. This might be, I don't know. It's not really. It's not superhero-y, but it is a favorite
shoot.
of.
We thought we had it.
Nah, it's a favorite of mine though. This is a movie I really, really do love, and it does not get old. It does not age with it does not age for me at all. It just feels like
It's a crying game.
It's a crying game.
Not just like just your lead up, and then you're like, I'm gonna name the darkest fucking movie.
irreversible.
I love the hallway scene.
2003, guys.
Somewhere there's a film buff cackling at how hilarious that was.
Yeah, it's right. It's me right here. Okay, go ahead.
2003. This is a Disney movie. High on my personal list. Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh my god!
Our introduction to the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow. You may have heard of him.
Wax poetic.
Yeah, so obviously this was a huge hit. Johnny Depp, I think to me, this is his defining role. It's my favorite role of his. And it's about a beloved Disney attraction, which some of those movies don't always, stand up to par with the ride.
Uncle Remus.
Uncle Remus. That ride's gone.
What? That's one that didn't stand up. Okay.
Yep,
I get it.
Right. That's right. So yeah, this was in a swashbuckling adventure with Johnny Depp and Will Turner, who is kind of the secondary character, had Elizabeth Swann. She's the governor's daughter who she really likes. She's infatuated from a young age with pirates, and it's all about a cursed pirate ship captained by Captain Barbosso, Johnny Depp's former first mate. And Jeffrey Rush, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, made $654 million worldwide. And it was pretty highly praised, I think, back then by critics. They liked it, audiences liked it. My kind of movie.
Definitely
You think, Jordan?
Popular pick. There's not many franchises that made more money than these movies in the past 25 years. Is this the one where he says, "You must start believing in ghost stories"? Is that the one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that might be the only one I've seen. And I remember.
It's by far the best one.
Yeah, I like that kind of swashbuckling over the top action. Like it's like a live action cartoon almost. Like it's just crazy. He walks off the sinking ship.
That's your introduction.
Iconic,
what an epic introduction to a character. It's just he walks off the dock of a sinking ship.
I do have to knock it for the amount of cosplayers it spawned who swagger around conventions trying to be Jack Sparrow. Like, okay, enough.
Including Johnny Depp.
Right. But they can't blame the film for that, I guess.
I don't know that I ever watched any of these all the way through. And I don't mean that as a diss. Like, it has not, I didn't go out of my way, and it didn't go out of its damn way either to put itself in front of me. But I've seen enough of parts of it to know what it is. I actually like this pick, Cliff. This is a Cliff pick, and it's a iconic franchise. Like it's been a huge staple, at least the first part of this 25 years, and huge hit, huge family movie. Like this, people just watch this stuff on repeat. Like it, I don't hate it here. Like as wild as it sounds, this is a much better pick than Little Children. Like Pirates. You nailed it, Cliff. You did it. Yeah, I tried to give you some accolades here. You're like, you definitely gave me the Jack Haley Herm right there. Okay. Oh my gosh. So the turns of table. Now I'm the one with the most picks as we go into the top 7 here. I have the 7th pick. I watched this movie today because I wanted to know where I would have it. I had it on Blu-ray. I had bought it on 4K. I was like, I never watched this 4K yet. I'm like, I've nothing to stop me from watching it right now. I had it in my, I think on my top 100, I have it like number 5. It's another movie with a comedian turned dramatic-ish actor. And this time it's Adam Sandler. I gotta find the year here. Oh my God, my screen's on little children. 2002 Paul Thomas Anderson movie, Punch Drunk Love. This is my favorite PTA movie. I love Boogie Nights, but this is my favorite because it's just a more personal movie to the lead character. Like whatever is plaguing this character, he is, bombarded by his 7 sisters and the loud noises of the world and all the things coming at him. He finds a person that is his oasis, the right person for him, and just the things he goes through to try to make that happen. I watching it this time, I said, most recently, a few years ago, we had Uncut Gems. It has a lot of uncut gems to it. Like, it is a chaotic movie, but it's also a love story. And like, have you seen this, Cliff? Just curious.
I remember when this came out. I think we rented it. Honestly, I cannot remember the ending, so I don't know that I finished it.
Yeah, it's like watching it this time. It's been several years. I thought it's so chaotic, and the noises, and that it's trying to be chaotic and uncomfortable because they're trying to make you feel like he feels. Like, he obviously has something with him that he's dealing with that his family doesn't understand, and the world does not understand. Everybody's going through different things, but like the world just feels chaotic to him. So we feel that in the way the movie is presented. And this is the one where he's getting the pudding cups to try to get the deal get all the miles. He's found some loophole, and that's kind of the quirk of the movie. He's trying to get all these miles, and meanwhile his sisters are trying to set him up, but they also treat him like shit. And he's got a business, and it's just a lot for this guy.
None of that sounds familiar.
It's a lot for this guy. It's a really great performance by Adam Sandler, and I love the music of movies. This is a very music forward soundtrack, movie in general. Like it's got some great swelling musical moments when good things happen for him. Just so many shots from this movie you would hang on your wall, like him, kissing her as the people walk by. Like, I had that poster at one time in my living room. Like, it's just a true love story of two people perfect for each other, finding each other. And it definitely, you find something, I find something new each time I watch it. Things that I did not see before. Like, wow, I didn't even realize that was going on. I just really love it. And it's one of the great, Philip Seymour Hoffman performances, and him facing off with, Adam Sandler, and just some quotes I have. I don't even know the exact quotes, but I have a strength within me that he's trying to convey that you can't even imagine. I have a love that, makes me more powerful than anything. He just like, you do not realize what I can do in this moment because I have found someone that I love. Like, and I don't know how many times, Cliff, that I sent you a GIF over the years that you worked at, so I said, that's that, Mattress Man. Like, that is the iconic quote from this movie, say that's that. I just love this movie. I really think everyone involved with it did a fantastic job, and everyone should see it at some point. It is not, like I said, I really noticed the abrasiveness of it today, maybe for the first time. And, it doesn't bother me, but I thought I could see why maybe it's not as big a loved movie as I love it, but I do love it.
Love Paul Thomas Anderson. I haven't. I think I've maybe seen this one twice. I have so many movies in my head of like, I need to rewatch that. There's just a million movies I need to rewatch, along with all the new ones I need to watch. But yeah, I remember being really impressed by Adam Sandler. Like, dude's a movie star, hilarious comedian, but this was a whole new gear for him, and kind of proved he could do more than just the Happy Gilmore type stuff. So.
Yeah. What year did this come out? Early
2002.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, me personally, like I said, I don't remember anything about the movie other than I was like, I don't like it. Back in 2002 or 2003, but I'm a much different person today than I was way back then.
Yeah, in the time I've known you, I feel like you have expanded the things that you will enjoy. I mean, I'm sure we've all noticed things about each other, but like, sure. I do note that there's things you appreciate more than you maybe would have used to, and I like to think that that we've all influenced each other to see things in different ways. So
absolutely, that's one of my favorite things about doing the podcast. But yeah, I've always liked Adam Sandler in all types of movies. I just know 20-some years ago that Adam Sandler to me was still big. I was watching Big Daddy and Happy Gilmore and stuff like that. And I'm sure this was...
this is not that. People walk... I think one of the things that people, bounce off of this is it's not what they are expecting from Adam Sandler.
Right. That's the same. It's a very good comparison. Same, like you mentioned, Jim Carrey. It was the same thing. People loved 90s Jim Carrey, and then he tried to be something different. It's like, I don't want that. It took a long time for him to be accepted in these dramatic roles.
Yeah. And I don't even, even today, I know he still gets that criticism. Even though he doesn't really make movies anymore. But yeah, I don't dislike the pick. And I've only got one veto left, and I feel like I'm going to save that. So I'm going to pass.
Alrighty.
I had a feeling this would be high on your list, so I definitely expected it. It's me now, right? 6?
Yes. Number 6, yes.
I've only got 2 picks left, and I've got like 3 pages of movies.
I was going to say, if you said just 3, I have 3 movies that are, you should have 3 pages.
Yeah, I don't think Hustle and Flow is going to make the cut, sadly.
I
I've
do
been so
not
into that
think
movie.
They've already
So
had
into
their
that.
moment on this podcast.
we've given them plenty of airtime.
Yeah.
So then I guess it's
It's
got to be
not. It's
Patty
not.
Cakes.
Then I guess I'm going with PB and J.
I've got several really good choices. I'd like all of you on the list, but it's not going to happen. So I'm just going to go. I think it's a top 10 movie. Children of Men.
Oh my God, I love you.
2006, co-written and directed by Alfonso Cuarón. So this is like a post-apocalyptic thriller, but it's like not so far out of reach. It's like the very near future. It's very dystopian, but it feels very plausible. So humans have gone infertile. Women can't have babies anymore for whatever mysterious reason, environmental or whatever.
Baby, what's his name? Baby, what?
Oh, I've forgotten. Baby Anthony.
That's all I can. That's literally. I almost said it. And you know, to me that sounds right. That is Baby Anthony. The movie starts out. They're like, you see it on the screen. They're talking about Baby Anthony. He's the youngest person.
The youngest person on Earth is like 20.
Yeah, and it's not Baby Anthony, but it's something.
So that's a big deal. Humanity's going to end. And it's just like people have given up. The world has just gone down the toilet, and we're all on the brink of collapse. So it's got Clive Owen. I so thought he was going to be a huge star. He's had a long career, but he's just never had anything as good as this. Julianne Moore, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Charlie Hunnam, Michael Caine, and just, I wouldn't call it an action movie, but it's got scenes that are just, you hold your breath and you don't even realize, like, you're just literally on the edge of your seat, especially a couple of really long single takes.
Insane.
With
the best single takes I've ever seen.
A motorcycle overtaking a car in a single take. I can't even describe it. It's so crazy. But like the most impactful shot is from like 100 yards away. There's a gunshot and I remember like jumping out of my chair with this gunshot from literally, you can't even, the camera is so far away you can't even see it in the frame. And I jumped. It was like, it was so effective. So just again, a little dark, but it's got that hope that, not everyone's given up on the world. And just one of the best directed movies ever. Just gorgeous to look at. Just outstanding sci-fi.
Yeah, this was in the movies I had left. I don't know that I was going to get to play it. I have some other stuff, but I'm so glad this is on here. Like, it should absolutely be in the top 25. Like, I always think of this as like one of the greatest movies ever. Like that scene with the motorcycle and stuff is crazy good. Like how they do that, I don't even know, awesome. The whole huddling her going into that building that long, like 9-minute one shot in that building in the war zone type area is just amazing. Michael Caine is so good. Feels like a biblical movie. It's Baby Diego, by the way. But yeah, that first scene, where he goes in that and comes out and that huge explosion, it's just like they really took their time to do this right. And yeah, same thing. Clive Owen is so good in that. It's like, what happened? I mean, he did other things, but this is the best thing he ever did. It's just, in a world where no one can, babies aren't being born anymore. What happens when one is, And this guy who has to come out of nowhere, he has the shoes of a, he's in flip flops the whole movie. It's almost an action movie, and he's wearing freaking flip flops. It's horrible. It's like you feel that pain, I love this movie. There's no way you ever saw this, Cliff, but I think you would like Children of Men.
Yeah, I don't know what this is either.
I think it's
guys.
Can
you pick movies that everybody knows?
No, we can't. That's the beauty of it. I like a movie that two of us love and the other one gets a chance to watch. Like, yeah, I think you would get something out of Children of Men. I think you would find things to like about it.
Okay.
Cliff, we're in the top 5 now. Cliff has 2 picks. I have 2 picks. Jordan has 1. Cliff is coming in with pick number 5.
That's right. I've got this pick and one more to go.
Yes.
I've got 2 movies. I've kind of been saving here at the top of my list that I wanted to maybe get to talk about.
Yeah, twist.
What a twist.
I thought he was out of movies, folks.
Not quite. Almost. So if this gets vetoed, I don't... it's going to get weird. It's going to get weird. Number 5. This is a 2019 movie from Taika Waititi, and it's Jojo Rabbit. Satire film about Hitler's youth member. Jojo is he has an imaginary friend. His imaginary friend is Hitler because he idolizes the Nazis and their movement in the beginning of the movie. And he discovers that his mom, who's played by Scarlett Johansson, his mom Elsa, is hiding a young Jewish girl up in the attic. And I don't know that I'd seen a movie quite like it before this, because it's playing, we laugh at some of the stuff in the movie because you're supposed to laugh about it, but yet it has this, this above everything else it's the Nazi movement and propaganda that they were, that was happening back then in that country, and war and fear of getting caught or dying or being murdered, and or having somebody murdered that you might care about. He's got an adorable best friend. I don't remember that little kid's name, but he was so cute and funny. And you see the Nazis and they're coming to the door and checking papers and doing Nazi things that we're quickly finding in real life is not cool. But this whole time, Taika Waititi plays Hitler, and he's just this goofball, over the top Hitler, imaginary friend, and they're having conversations throughout the movie, and it's it was a decent hit, made on a small budget, just huge satire and a lesson on somebody, even as just a little kid, learning empathy. And it has this whole kind of tonal change throughout the movie with the main character. And I think you guys both saw it, both liked it, so I hope.
Yeah, I can't imagine how he pitched that movie. I'm like, I'm gonna be Hitler. It's like, how does that even get made? But this podcast used to be big on Taika. Like, we had our own themes. We had a theme song for Taika. We talked about him so much. So I'm not opposed to having a Taika movie in the top 25. That feels Ka-Pow. And I like his sense of humor, but this movie had a little more to say and a little more, emotional depth. And that, to be spoiler free, that the scene with the shoes
Yep.
was one of the biggest gasps I can remember of in a movie in the last 25 years. It comes out of nowhere and just knocks your breath out. It's crazily effective.
Oh, I like this movie. I didn't love it.
Really?
I still feel it's like a little careless with the whole idea that this evilness can flourish for a while and we'll be all right. 'Cause I don't think we will be.
Well, I mean, they weren't all right. I mean, most of the characters in this movie were not all right.
Yeah, they slowly realize it throughout.
Right.
The shoe thing is huge. That's what I think of when I think of this movie. It's like, dang, whoever thought of that, that's a great moment. Like, that's a great
Yeah.
thing.
Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay had 5 nominations. It's I don't know, it's a bit absurd but yeah, I think I think the anti-hate message still comes through.
Having only seen it once, I liked it. I gave it a decent rating. I did like it. There was something stuck with me though. Something I remember just thinking like I felt like it's such a touchy subject, and I don't know if I felt like they handled it perfectly.
Well, I think I liked it so much because yes, it's a touchy subject and it's been done, for how many decades now. Nazis are bad. We all know that. Or at least I hope we do. Not sure anymore.
Don't.
Not sure anymore. But yeah, to do it this way, I think was so different and caught me off guard, of portraying them as, they're goofy guys but pure evil, when it came down to it. And the influence that can have, so easily, I guess, on a country, on the world, whatever. And yeah, and to watch this little boy he's amazing in this movie, just go from that, I don't want to say patriotic, but yeah, would have been, back then, wearing the uniform, and he's got the little knife, and as they did, for, as Hitler Youth, and as it happens to him and around him and directly to him, and to see that, oh, maybe this is, not what I want to be, I guess, at a young, impressionable age, like even being that naive at that age, and still being able to see that, yeah, oh yeah, this is not good.
Well, the thing that really bugs me is that it's not like you're coming with bad movies here. Like you've got some good picks here, but I think we're just so close to having a phenomenal list. And I'm just like, I do have a veto left. I have one veto left. I just don't. I don't know if we can even pump this. We got to pump this up. Like
You're playing with fire.
I know I am playing with fire. Like I don't want him to turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, well here's this bullshit." It's like we haven't even touched so much stuff. Like we have one DC movie on here. I don't know. I like this movie fine. I just don't think it is. I think it sticks out as something that we're just like banger, 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 banger. Pretty good movie here. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my last veto. I don't think this is a bad pick, Cliff. I gave this a 7 out of 10 when I rated it. It's just I have faith in you to come up with something else.
I could override that veto.
You could.
I have that power.
You do have that power.
If I don't have faith.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you would be doing.
Let's let the dice roll. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just put your other pick down, and then you have time
Nope.
Not
Not
knew
happening
it.
here. Not happening here.
I blew it.
You blew it.
I'm fine with that. I think you, let's see, the other times, you always came up with something. When we vetoed before, you came up with stuff.
I think I have to go. Okay. So, you guys don't like good movies?
Guys, he's in full effect now. Just prepare yourselves.
I gotta go number 5.
I lit the fuse.
I gotta go with Barbie. Massive hit.
Tell us about it.
Oh, Barbie lives. She lives in Barbie Land, and she's questioning
where she live.
She's questioning
in her dream house,
her existence. Boring old Ken, toxic Kens everywhere, and just awesome Barbie ladies. And she ends up going into the real world. Ken tags along. He finds all the worst things, pretty much about our society. And, she goes back and he goes back and takes over with what he's learned about toxic masculinity. And, Barbie has to deal, all the Barbies have to deal with that. And, whether it's President Barbie or what's Michael Cera? He was an Allen.
Yeah, I would never have come up with that, but that's what he was. Yeah,
he was an Allen, and I related a little bit to Allen. Allen's not a bad guy, but yeah, I mean, it's just that's what it was. It was an event that happened that summer. And
I did the Barbenheimer.
Yeah, I like Oppenheimer was fine, but the experience to me was the Barbie movie. Like watching generations of women.
You had to go watch Oppenheimer and then go watch Barbie. Like it was like bring your real self down really low with Oppenheimer, and then go watch Barbie.
Yeah, it was a generational thing to watch women come to this movie together, and with their grandmothers, their mothers, their friends, their sisters, whatever it was, all dressed in pink and black, and really made it into something. I don't know that I've, I guess you can say we've seen, superhero movies and people dressing up in Star Wars and stuff like that.
This is a superhero movie. This feels like
sure.
a superhero movie.
Yeah, it's a little bit. But yeah, just amazing moments in that movie. America Ferrera is really good, and just playing the everyday woman, and of course she had her defining speech, her little rant about being a woman during this movie, and just it celebrates that, and it's unfortunate that there's a lot of toxic people out there, especially men that wouldn't, and didn't want to be open to it and learn something and say, "Ooh, I'm kind of terrible," at least sometimes.
Jordan, did you learn anything?
My kind of movie, being reminded how terrible I am. Love it. This one crossed my mind as one of the movies, like one of the events, one of the blockbusters, one of the cultural touchstones. And I thought, yeah, Cliff might have this on his list. So I trusted that you would have this one. I love having a female director on the list, Greta Gerwig. And yeah, this was such a big, important movie that, and not just because it made a lot of money and it's a lot of fun doesn't mean it wasn't an important piece of cinema. So yeah, Barbie, go for it. Top 5.
Yeah, I what the possibly the best spent veto ever. I like. I had total faith. Jojo Rabbit's a good movie, but it's not top 25. Barbie is huge. I was not on my radar. I forgot totally about this movie. So I was not expecting it. And so I'm so glad that you came up with it. Absolutely should be on this list. I remember watching it. We went and saw Oppenheimer, and then we went and saw Barbie, and it's just like everybody was dressed up for that. I felt like I was like so rooting for it to be good. I thought it was really good. I loved it, and I was just like loving watching everybody celebrating it, and I just had a good time. It was an event, the biggest movie of the year that year, and I love the pick. Great job, Cliff. I believed in you the whole way. I have the pick at number 4. Well, okay, I got a bunch of movies left here. But I only get to pick 2, so I'm going to go with one of them. Actually, I'm going to go with 2 of them. I'm going to try to put 2 in here. I'm going to put the whole damn bloody affair right here. This is Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill. I mean, if I had to specify, I guess I'd go 1, but yeah. I think we get the gist. This is one big, long movie. I love it. I don't know what to say. It's a fantastic movie. I said earlier, I don't really have any more action movies, but this is, it's kind of an action movie, but incredible soundtrack. It's got incredible cast. It's got it all. Like it's all about, Uma Thurman, playing the bride trying to go kill Bill, and that's all it's about. And like you get so much of her past revealed along the way. All these great, the cast is ridiculous.
Beatrice Kiddo.
Yeah, from the minute you see Daryl Hannah, you're like, okay, they're pulling out people from the past, and the whole fight with Vivica Fox in the living room and all that. I love it. It's the what is it, Hattori Hanzo, sword, and I really like 2 as much as 1. It's just one consistently great movie. Michael Madsen is incredible. Like it's just Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director, and this is way up there on my list of favorite movies of his. Definitely think it needs to be on here.
Yeah, I remember doing a list at some point and learning Cliff really liked these movies, so I thought maybe he would pull.
There was a chance he'd pull it out
for his list, but
if you waited long enough.
Yeah, I definitely figured somebody else would nominate it. Yeah, I really like these movies. I remember we were on vacation, and none of us, there were 4 of us, and we had a rented house, and we took an afternoon, and there just happened to be, they had a copy of Kill Bill in the little basket of DVDs or whatever, and it was like, we started that movie. I mean, I think it was pretty silent in that first watching volume 1, and then I remember instantly man, this is pretty great. And then the movie part 1 ended, and it was like, okay, and I wasn't going to be like, oh, I want to watch this. I didn't want to be the person that was like, oh, we got to watch the second one immediately. Right now, I have to see what happens. So it was like it was over, and then somebody else said, well, we have to watch the other one and the rest of it. And I was like, oh, thank God. I can't wait to see this. So yeah, big fan. Amazing double feature.
Big fan.
Big fan. Big fun.
Do you want to put that on the list? Big fan.
Big fan. I forgot all about Big Fan. Yeah, it's I loved Pulp Fiction and some of his movies. Haven't seen them all, but some of the ones I have are definitely very high for me.
Yeah, I can't imagine a top 25 without a Tarantino movie. So that yeah, Kill Bill is outstanding.
Yeah.
So style. It's everything Tarantino does well, like the riffing on other types of movies and other genres, but like putting his own spin on it. So doing the kung fu stuff, doing the western stuff, doing the grindhouse, horror-y, murdering stuff. Like, yeah, just he can take a million influences, but it's only he has a very singular product by the time it's over. So, yeah.
All right, we're down to the top 3. We each have one pick left. Jordan is the first.
I have so many. I think
Pages.
would be. I've got at least 4
That got to be on there.
that could, should. Ugh, this is tough. My last pick.
Take your time.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I hate this. Yeah, I got to do it. I'm going to say 2017 cultural phenomenon horror film Get Out. Jordan Peele, former comedian, as we've been talking. He was a Mad TV, Key and Peele, only known for being a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn here he's not only a great writer, which he did for skits and stuff, but a great eye as director as well. So this was his directorial debut. So it's a psychological horror movie about a black guy meeting his white girlfriend's family, which is not a thing I would think off the top of my head to be a plot of a movie, but I'm sure in the black community that there are these tensions and relationships that, they're very keen in their everyday life. So twists and turns, I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what it was trying to say, but by the end of it, I was just blown away as being a good, scary thriller horror type movie. Like, it kept me engaged, but then culturally, what it had to say was just so important. Daniel Kaluuya, Allison Williams, Lakeith Stanfield, Lil Rel Howery, Bradley Whitford, Stephen Root, and Catherine Keener was the outstanding mom. So it's just this rich, waspy white family who are liberal. They're good liberals, and they voted for Obama. It's that kind of like.
If I could have voted again, I would have.
But there's something going on under the surface, and it's just so dark. But so like, yep, I get it. Like it's you don't see it coming, but when it happens, you're like, yep, that makes sense. And just the way it manipulated me. At the end of the movie, the cops show up. And in every other movie I've ever seen, whew, you wipe your brow. Good, the heroes are here. And this movie, when you see police lights, you're dreading it. It's the scariest thing you've ever seen. And it's just so, so well done. Still being talked about today. And I just feel like quote unquote important movies aren't always good. But this one is just so, so good. So I thought top 3's maybe pushing it, but I just feel like it had to be said.
Yeah, I had it on my list. I didn't have it this high, but it feels right now. Like I love it. That's the best, Jordan Peele movie. I've watched it several times. I love it every time. Like it's It is an iconic movie at this point to me. I kind of forgot about it here in the second half, but I'm glad you put it on here. Like, I think it totally deserves to be in this top 5. So I love it. I love it.
I was spoiled on this movie before I ever saw it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was not. Like, what were you spoiled of? To say. Well,
I mean, like
the whole concept.
The whole concept of
Yeah, I didn't know anything going into it. I wasn't.
I didn't.
I wasn't a Key and Peele guy, so I really didn't know much of Jordan Peele in the first place. So I didn't know that what I was supposed to expect at all. So I was like, really, it's just like a shot in the face. Like, wow, this guy is talented. This is way more than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's a good movie. My experience with it was just different because it had been out and everybody was talking about it, and then it was like I didn't get the big moment that I think a lot of people got with it.
That's how I was with like the Blair Witch Project. Like that was such a big deal, and everyone, but I did not have the same experience as everyone else.
Oh wow,
it had been way too long.
That's why you got to go to these movies right away, guys.
Yeah, I didn't have this anywhere on a list anywhere, and it feels really high for me. But like, I get it. It was just my experience was different.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit. Really struck a nerve with a lot of people. Okay.
All right. That was Jordan's last pick. Was Get Out. Great job.
I'm putting a lot of trust in you guys.
Yeah. I feel like, I'm not going to say anything yet. What, Cliff, you have the number 2 pick.
I do have the number 2
you through the ringer tonight.
You have.
And But, I will just tell you, you came out, you have totally redeemed yourself. Like every time that we put the pressure on you, and each time you spit out a diamond. So, what coal do you have for us this?
Well, I have an opportunity. I feel like here to do something we've never done,
So
and that's bring one back.
Oh my!
Oh.
You think that something we vetoed before we're gonna?
Well, I mean,
bring something we haven't heard of yet, because don't waste our vetoes. We want to veto something new.
I have a movie that I was kind of saving.
I thought of one when a minute ago Jordan said a movie. When he said Get Out, I thought, it's like I thought he was going to say something different. That was a Ka-Pow, a movie we all three like, and I thought he was going to say it for a second, but
this may not be that.
Oh, I have no doubt. I was just playing it out.
So this movie again in the feeling, the experience I much had with like Babylon, which I loved. We talked a lot about.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Big epic story over time. It's a period piece. 2002's Gangs of New York. Of course, this was Bill the Butcher and played by Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Cameron Diaz, about the 5 points of New York and the gang wars of whatever that was, 18 whatever, for years and years, and especially between the dead rabbits, the Irish immigrants, and the natives that were considered themselves, patriots of born here in America type thing. Here we are 20 some years later. And just action packed. Again, just enthralled with this movie. I've seen it many times. Amazing performances. That first time, I was just like edge of my seat. What's going to happen? When's he going to get revenge? Is he going to get revenge? Who's going to win? That type of thing. Of course, I had Liam Neeson in it. Oh gosh, it slips my mind. The guy that played the
Daniel Day-Lewis.
No. From Step Brothers. Mike Honcho.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly. Mike Honcho himself. This is just like in movie making. This, I mean, it was so period accurate and gritty and dirty, and I think brought light to a time in New York that we don't really. I know I didn't really know much about. Didn't really think of New York in that way, of being dirty and gang wars and fighting over territory and amazing ending. With the Civil War happening in the background and soldiers marching through New York. It was crazy. Like I did not expect that at all. So, thoughts?
I didn't expect that pick from you either, but
nope.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Martin Scorsese's nothing to sneeze at. I would, his heyday was a few decades earlier, but having him in the 2000 list works for me as well. People love this movie. People still watch this movie over and over again. It's not one I think of often or revisit, but it's super good.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. It's not, I like Daniel. There was a Daniel Day-Lewis movie I wish I could have got on the list. This wasn't it. But it just ran out of room. I don't have any more vetoes, or I'd probably veto it, but so I can't.
I feel like it's not a glaring, it's not big, famous.
None of it. It's not like the picks we vetoed of his were not glaring things that.
Yeah.
It's not. You've had worse nights. You've come through with good picks for each time. Even the ones we vetoed were good picks. Like
credit, no faith.
Yeah, but if I did not give out enough vetoes tonight, or I would veto this because we're so close. I mean, like we are coming down here to it, and I feel like we have a great list. But anyway,
I like it. I like where we are.
Okay, Gangs of New York. I need to watch it again, I guess. It's got good people in it. Daniel Day-Lewis is good. All right, that's it. It comes down to the number one pick. I think Jordan had a free chance at number 3 to put Get Out in there because he probably knows what I want to put at number 1. Do you think you know what I'm going to put at number 1? I think you do.
I hope it's what I want at number 1.
I think you're pretty sure what I'm going to put at number 1. I mean, it's a top 5 movie for me. I'm so surprised how we don't have superhero movies on this. We have one superhero movie on this. Yeah. 2 of us don't really like it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We like it, but I was hoping you'd come in with a great Soups movie right there. I was like, oh yeah. Mine's a superhero movie, kinda. I remember seeing this movie and knocked my socks off, and people liked it at the time, but it's one of those that people, it was a follow up, this guy had already had a big movie and then came out with this one and it was just a little slower and people didn't really quite get it at first, but I got it and I was all about it and loved it. And it's just like, I still think about it all the time. And like I said, it is a top 5 movie for me. I don't have my phone out. I couldn't tell you the year. Very early 2000s, maybe year 2000. What year is it, Jordan?
Oh, I didn't.
Do you
That's
know
not
what
what
I'm
I
talking
thought.
about?
No.
If it's 2000.
Yeah, 2000. M. Night Shyamalan, Unbreakable. Love this movie. Like, there's a horrible train wreck. Everybody dies except one guy. He's totally fine. Bruce Willis, Robin Wright Penn, he's just, dealing with that, being the only survivor, and how did that happen? And we have Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass, and the whole, him discovering that he has these powers and basically becoming the security guard guy, as a type of superhero, wearing the poncho, and there's just moments I think about this movie. I was talking about this a couple weeks ago with somebody at work, just in the world we live in now, and just like, do you feel secure? What could happen at any time? It's always been a thing, but that moment where you see that family and the guy comes to their door and the dad answers and he just forces his way in, like there's nothing to stop this guy from doing whatever he wants. And just the way the whole movie is shot, and Bruce Willis, finding out his weakness, and just the slowness. It's just such a glacial pace that a lot of people do not like. And I liked that slow burn of this movie. But ultimately, it's a very, very old movie. I still won't spoil it, but the ultimate reveal of things and the lines that Samuel L. Jackson says are iconic. I love it. It's like one of my all-time favorite movies, and I'm glad that's why I chose this, so I could put it at number one. What do you guys think of Unbreakable?
It's definitely deliberate, understated. Yeah, calling it a superhero movie is false advertising, I'm sure, for most people.
Yeah, I did that to you guys just now.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, great movie. I feel like this is the first movie where we were like, Cliff, you haven't seen this? Like when we first started this podcast.
Yeah.
The first one,
100%.
I can't believe you haven't seen this. And it's been all these years since. I feel like you've still never seen it. No.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
It's a hero. It's a hero's journey about a guy who, he's not a hero, and he's just, his son, in his son's eyes, he's a hero, and he has to like accept that he is special. And it's this great performance by Bruce Willis, who's just so quiet. He's not being Bruce Willis, like charming, cocky guy. He's just, it's such a strong performance, and every frame of the movie is purposefully, Shyamalan does stuff with the camera that nobody else does, and just every frame is just so, it can just sit still for a long time, or it can have a slow zoom or a slow pan, and everything works to great effect.
So, Jordan, you expected this to be number one?
No.
I didn't think
No,
so.
you did not.
I could tell.
No, I had
didn't.
a different superhero movie. But...
Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't think he.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, haven't seen this movie. Would have never. I wrote down something I thought you were going to say.
If you haven't seen it, you're not going to think I'm going to put it.
Right. I would have never. This is not the movie I would have ever guessed. I still have a veto left. I feel like I know what's going to happen. But I'm going to use. I
don't know how you could. You have no idea I was going to put that, and you think you know what's going to happen if you veto it.
Well, I mean, I think if I veto it, I think something else could happen. But yeah, I'm going to veto this.
Oh my God.
Last. It's a Ka-Pow list, and we haven't even. I mean, there's a bunch of movies on here that I haven't seen, and I don't feel like the number one movie should be something I haven't seen.
Don't make me start running my mouth. You could have put them. It's not like I don't have good movies here, but
I believe that.
I can make. I guess that is crazy. It's crazy.
I have an override.
That's true.
I get Cliff's argument. Like, I don't want to have a number one that not all of us agree
I agree.
on. Like, that sucks. But that's a decent number one for me. Like, I would have no issue with it.
I can't believe that wasn't on anywhere. I thought you were just not. I thought that was on your list and you weren't playing it because you knew I would play it number one.
No, it was on page 2 of my list.
Oh, yeah. Of 3. Okay. Oh, my God.
But Cliff, you don't know what he's going to pull out of his pocket. It could be something even weirder, more obscure.
It could be, but it might be something I've seen. And also I feel like... I
can't promise that. Yeah.
I feel like there's a movie out there that all three of us really like that we have not talked about. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not that high for you guys, but
You could have played it.
It wasn't...
I'm not going to play whatever you think.
I thought somebody else would pick it for sure.
Yeah, that's not the game. I know that game, but you can't. Yeah. I mean, you got 4 picks in the top 10. Play it.
Well, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was as high on my list, but it was certainly higher than a movie I haven't seen.
All right, is this a bad time to point out I had nothing vetoed? I coasted through this whole list with no vetoes.
Great job.
Nice.
I had other uses. I had 3 vetoes that were marked. I wish I had 4. I still wouldn't have vetoed your stuff. Okay. Unbreakable vetoed. Let's see here. I got like 3 movies all right in my like top 20 area. Yeah, let's go with the one I like the most. I'm gonna go with let's see what year that was. Oh, you're gonna hate this. But you've probably seen it. 2014, Christopher Nolan, Interstellar. It's the time dilation movie. Matthew McConaughey the world's dying. Somebody has to go to space and save the world. And it's a great movie. I love it.
I thought for sure you would pick something that I had seen.
Oh, well, you got to watch movies.
Oh.
I have 3 movies, and you probably haven't seen any of the 3, so it was basically pick the one I like the most. It's great. We just watched it recently. A friend of mine came over and we watched it. It's still looks freaking great, but just has some great time concepts. It's basically the Earth's dying and he has to, they have to go. It's so space timey-wimey, and it's got great performances from him and Jessica Chastain. I think Timothy Chalamet is in it as a young guy, and Casey Affleck. It's got a really great effects and a really incredible soundtrack. It was kind of distorted and over punchy in the theater and stuff, but that's how he wanted it, just to really wind you up when you watch this movie. I think it's a great movie. Cliff hasn't seen it. Have you seen it, Jordan?
I have seen it. Didn't understand it. That doesn't mean it's not good. I just might be dumb.
You can veto it.
I saw this on a whole lot of lists when I looked up stuff. So you're not completely out of left field. Like, people do love this movie, and Christopher Nolan knows what he's doing. That's multiple Nolan movies on the list. Does any other director have multiple movies? I don't think so.
Yeah, what was the other one?
Dark Knight.
Oh, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
I just need this. Let's just end it.
Now you can veto it.
I can't stress
If you don't veto this, then we know we could have had Unbreakable. You might as well take your shot for something else.
I feel like this is deserving. Again, not a personal favorite, but I feel like it's deserving. Because out of spite, you're not going to pick anything Cliff likes.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah. It's just not there's other movies I like higher.
I've burned everything I had.
I'll fucking do it.
You'll do what? Roll the dice?
Go ahead and burn me. Burn me. I'll put in one we all like. I'll suck it up.
Okay.
I'll man up. I'll be this martyr here.
So then I will trust you and your word.
Oh, I'm totally
Veto
putting some
that.
bullshit in here now. Now that all the powers are...
I do have an override. I can override once.
That's not how it works. That's not how that works. That power is moot, you fool. I don't even know that I could totally say this movie and you guys would be like, I'm not even thinking of that movie. So, but I'm putting it. This is the one I'm putting in. You can't stop me. One of my favorite directors. 2017 is the one I thought you were going to say, Jordan, when you said 2017. Sean Baker, The Florida Project. The story of a precocious 6-year-old and her ragtag group of friends whose summer break is filled with childhood wonder, possibility, and sense of adventure, while the adults around them struggle with hard times. Fuck off, Cliff. Seriously.
I wrote it down before you.
I don't care. I know you guys know I'm going to play. I'm doing this for us. I love this movie. I introduced it to you guys. I was like, you got to watch this freaking movie. This guy can make a damn movie, and it's got a great cast of kids in it, doing a great job, and it's the best thing for my money that Willem Dafoe's ever done. Like, I love it. Everybody should watch it. I feel good about it here because I want people to see this movie. We've tried before. I still think people should see this. It shows how shitty Disney is and how, there's people living in squalor around that place, and just how these kids living in these terrible circumstances, they don't know that. To them, that's all they freaking know. And they're just living their lives, using their imagination, having a good time. And Brooklyn Prince was such a great child actress. I know that she had a show or something after that I didn't see. I expect we will, after she gets through those like preteen years, she'll probably emerge as something here in a year or two. She was just very talented at the time. I think Sean Baker's great. He had Tangerine, Florida Project, Anora just won Best Picture. What else am I not thinking of? Like, he's got multiple good movies. But this is my favorite of his. It was my #1 movie that year. I remember going to see it at Athena Cinema. I was the only one in the theater, and I was like, why are people not watching this movie? It's so great. But I was nominated, I think, that year, maybe for Best Picture. Totally, absolutely must-see movie. I couldn't tell you where to watch it. I know it was on Netflix at one time, but absolutely check out the Florida Project.
Yeah, that idea of being so close to the happiest place on earth, and it dominates the skyline. You can't look out your hotel window without Disney. Everything's Disney. The hotels, the shops, the memento, or the whatever you call it, souvenir stands. Like,
Yeah.
there's this whole world catering to all that. But there's people who have to run it and work these less than minimum wage jobs and just don't have access to the things other people do. And it's a simple story. It's mother protecting her daughter any way she can, and yeah, it's so heartfelt and so well done, with no frills, no big action scenes, no big dramatic moments, but it's all just so heartfelt.
And again, it has a credible ending. Like, I got to have a good ending. I got to have an ending. Something has to happen, and I really think that's just it was a great idea of what to do at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole story. I mean, bringing to light, Disney, Florida was, especially Central Florida, there's no beaches there. It was nothing. Until the Disney company came to town and built everything, and then to have it turned around to where, because it's so popular and everything they built, to make it where you regular person couldn't afford to live there any longer. But yet these are the people that are holding the company up. They're there every day working. They're on the front lines. It's not Mickey Mouse that keeps people coming. Mickey Mouse gets you there, but it's the frontline cast members that you interact with. They're the ones that keep you coming over a lifetime. And the simple fact is they work for a huge corporation that just that makes record profit year after year after year, and does not help these people to earn a livable wage there. So they're camped out in hotel rooms and such. So,
but like you said, it's not a dreary story about that. That's all the background. But right. It's the resiliency that kids have to make the best. The kids, you said, kids don't use their imagination. Kids will make do with what they have, and it's like these kids have such pure souls that it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's even more heartbreaking that they don't know how heartbreaking it is.
Yeah.
Well, we did it.
Whew. I thought 25 was too big of a number.
Cushion.
Here we are.
I really was loving this list. I love this list. It's a great list. I'm so surprised at some shit. I can't get over Gangs of New York. That's the one driving me crazy. Yes.
I thought for sure you guys would have that on,
I don't even
on
like
a list
it.
somewhere. Really?
Yeah, I thought for sure at one point, eventually you were going to pull out either. Well, I thought you were going to say Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought at some point you would play Guardians of the Galaxy over Gangs of New York. I thought for sure you would play Guardians of the Galaxy. So I didn't realize how much you loved Gangs of New York. That one threw me off. Other than that, I really like the list. I'm going to go through the list here. We got a 25. Jordan picked Attack the Block. 24, I had La La Land. Cliff at 23 had Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Jordan came in with Spirited Away, our first animated movie. Then at 21, I had Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal's outstanding performance. Jordan with Shaun of the Dead. We all love that movie. Great. Probably my favorite zombie movie. Cliff with iconic comedy Napoleon Dynamite. I had my favorite Mission Impossible movie, Fallout, at 18. Jordan had the Indy Aronofsky The Wrestler at 17. Cliff had the kind of feel good indie movie, Little Miss Sunshine, kind of everybody, critical darling there. I had what I think is one of the best action movies of all time, The Raid at 15. Jordan at 14 with Nolan's The Dark Knight. Everybody felt like needed to be on there. At 13, Cliff came with something. Babylon. Oh my gosh. Babylon. Yeah. Which we all kind of liked. I like, me and Cliff more than Jordan maybe, but Jordan vetoed it. So yeah, I guess definitely more than Jordan. He vetoed it. And then Cliff came back with American Hustle. Another surprise. I didn't know he liked that much. And I liked that movie, but I vetoed it. They're like, what else you got? He said Juno. It's good. That's a very, aughts movie. Everybody loved. Then at 12, I had Whiplash, another Chazelle movie. Tried to get on there. Got vetoed by Cliff. Came back with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which made it through at 12. At 11, Jordan had Hell or High Water, the modern Western with great cast. It's a very watchable movie. Then we had our top 10. Had our Pixar movie. Cliff came with Finding Nemo, the huge hit there. Jordan had at number 9, No Country for Old Men. Coen Brothers, probably their best movie in my mind. Cliff at 8, out of fucking nowhere, Little Children in the recesses of his dark mind. He came with that. We were like, stop. And then he came back with a much more believable Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one, whatever the suffix to that is. We were like, yes, that's more like it. We'll take it. And then 7, I had Punch Drunk Love, PTA, Adam Sandler, Love Story. At 6, Jordan surprised me with a movie I really wanted on here, Children of Men, Alfonso Cuarón. Great movie. Check it out. Top 5, Cliff came with Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit. Good movie. We all liked. Some great moments, great ideas, but I vetoed it to see what else he came up with. He said Barbie. Yeah, iconic movie of the last 25 years, the whole Barbenheimer phenomenon. Good stuff. At 4, I had Kill Bill 1, or The Whole Bloody Affair. We all like that. And that's our Tarantino rep on the list. At 3, Jordan with his last pick had Get Out, Jordan Peele's breakout movie. Just fantastic. A little high for Cliff, but he let it ride. And he came back with Scorsese's Gangs of New York, which is there on the list. And that left me at number 1. I would have vetoed it. I didn't have a veto. I came with Unbreakable. I thought for sure I really was expecting this to be number 1. So, but people have vetoes yet. You're allowed to use them. I love that movie. I still had a few movies I love. I tried Interstellar. I wanted to at least talk about it for a minute. But it got vetoed and came back with one I knew we all liked. And everyone should see The Florida Project from Sean Baker, 2017. I'm sure we have honorable mentions. I know, Jordan, when you commented the other day that when you first really started looking, you saw Memento and Lord of the Rings and whatever. And I was like, well, those were a couple that were on my extended list here. Fellowship would have been one that had a chance of being low on this list for me. Like, it's just very well done. great example. It's the best of the Lord of the Rings movies as far as I'm concerned. And Memento, I almost put it number one there. Like when I Unbreakable got vetoed, like it could have been anywhere on this list for me. I just ran out of room. And then ultimately decided not to put it as number one and just suck it up, put Florida Project. But I would have been very happy with Memento as number one. Like when I see that movie, I just think every time I see it, I think how more perfect it is. Like I think it's really good. I remember watching it with my sister, and then we like went through it backwards, watching it, trying to make sure we understood everything that happened. Like I love that movie. And yeah, Glorious Bastards. As far as my honorable mentions, and Glorious Bastards also could have been way up there for me, but we already had Kill Bill there. Like, it's awesome movie. But I have other things, but they're like, they never made it past you guys.
Yeah,
Any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how many we were doing, but I had three pages of 12 I ended up with. And so I got 9 of my first page are all on my list. And then the first 2 of my second page were Florida Project and Unbreakable. So most of my top got in there. I think the only big omission is Avengers Endgame or any of the MCU stuff. Like that's the franchise of the 2000s, I would think. I just kept waiting for somebody else to say Avengers, and I guess everybody's waiting on that same thing.
Yep.
In the Get Out slot, I probably should have said Avengers there, or I was leaning Parasite, Bong Joon-ho's movie, Oscar winner. Hustle and Flow was on my front page. My most recent one was probably Civil War. I thought was great. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah,
Speed
that
Racer
could totally be on.
From the Wachowskis is an underrated masterpiece. Speed Racer is outstanding, especially if you love the old cartoon. Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird. The Babadook is one of the best horror movies. Like crazy. I don't know why any mother would get something out of this. Any single mother would especially get something out of this. Anyone with a kid with special needs, it's like it turns that anxiety and that pain into horror, and it's so effective. And as a single straight guy, I know the Babadook is gay now; he's a gay icon, but I got something out of it. There's Joseph Gordon-Levitt movies in the early 2000s. Brick and The Lookout are both outstanding. Yeah. And I love The Way of the Gun from 2000. This was Christopher McQuarrie's first movie. Ryan Phillippe and Benicio del Toro. Another neo-Western. It is so weird and so, again, it's a paced very weird, but it's just, I
have not seen it since then, and I still think about it. Like, yeah, Benicio del Toro, Ryan Phillippe.
There's like a car chase where they just stop and they get out of the car and the car coasts down. Like, it's so, again, it's a familiar kidnapping plot, but it's so crazy. And then I had some comedies I just could not fit on the list. What We Do in the Shadows. I love the vampire mockumentary. Another Taika. Wet Hot American Summer from The State. And then those Apatow movies were the biggest things going. 40-Year-Old Virgin, Anchorman, Step Brothers. All those were.
Yeah, I thought Step Brothers could have been on there. I think Step Brothers is a standout comedy of the last 25 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Step Brothers down at the bottom, I guess. Had Dodgeball, Anchorman. I thought somebody would throw out one of the Captain America movies. I had Iron Man, Wonder Woman. I had Wonder Woman pretty high, actually. Even though that kind of universe is dead, it's still a great movie. And Elf, I've talked about before. Bridesmaids, big hit in my house. Wall-E. I had Moana. Crazy Stupid Love, another Steve Carell
good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Avengers, The Last Jedi, Rogue One, Guardians of the Galaxy, Up.
Wow, it's a lot of good movies.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it for me. So, Toy Story 3, really good. So,
I guess Toy Story. What year was Toy Story 3?
That was 2010.
Wow, I don't know why I felt like that was longer ago than that. Yeah, that's classic. Yeah, I thought Social Network. I wasn't gonna put it on there, but it's. I love that movie. Safety Not Guaranteed. There Will Be Blood. Jeff Who Lives at Home. Django, freaking. I mean, Blue Ruin. There's a lot of. It's 25 freaking years. There's so many movies. We couldn't get them all in there. But we did our best. And I think you should surely be able to find something on there that you haven't seen, you could find to watch. And make your own list. What did we miss? What did we miss?
Yeah. Get on, like we've said it before, get on Letterboxd. Get on that app, that social app. Helps a lot when you're trying to create lists, and keep track of what you like and what you've seen and what you want to see.
Yeah, it does. I'm way more organized now. This is an easy list for me to make. I'm just like, oh, yeah, well, I've got a list for every year, so I'll just look at all the number ones.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. If you don't know by now, we love movies here at KPP. We got the end of our summer movie challenge coming up very soon. Couldn't be a tighter race, so tune in for that soon to see who predicted the box office winners of the summer. We've got the Poobah Awards every year where we rank every movie we've seen. We do lists and rankings
New theme
all
song.
the time. Awesome.
New theme song. You got a new one this year coming up, or were you going to?
No, that's
okay.
new.
Okay.
That one this year was new.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah. We've got a new TeePublic store up just here recently. You can buy t-shirts. Check our Facebook page for the link. T-shirts and merch and stickers and fun stuff. If you have, I'll throw it out there. If you have an idea for a fun t-shirt or sticker that you might want to see, throw it our way. Email us or message us. Leave a comment, and maybe we can make that happen. So I'm welcome to all ideas.
All right, thank you for listening. This has been the top 25 movies of the last 25 years. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Bye forever.
Thanks for listening to Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. The best way to support the show is by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/YouDownWithKPP. Catch every episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen. And check us out online at podbean.com/Ka-Pow. Stay connected with us on YouTube and TikTok for extra content, or send us an email anytime at kapowthepopculturepodcast@gmail.com. All sounds, clips, and media played are the property of their copyright holders. All original content is the property of Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. We'll be back soon with more fun, more laughs, and more pop culture. But until then, ask everybody you know. You down with KPP?